Welcome to the lounge, where we challenge accountability. I'm Urban, and we don't do surface talk here. We use emotional intelligence. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Every beat a question, every bar a lesson. I turn the mic to a mirror, life's a session. Urban in the mix, soul and intellect blend. We ain't just talk truth, we set trends from Dallas to the world. We break that ceiling, no clout, just facts, that's the real feeling. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Trap drums drop, but the message don't fade. Every thought sparks like a hand grenade. Faith, pain, love, and drive all collide, that's how minds revive. All collide, that's how minds revive. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Mind open wide like a city skyline. Every topic shaped by design. The urban lounge where ideas ignite. Late night thoughts under podcast lights. Every episode of thought design. The urban lounge where iron sharp iron. We build from the ground like truth rewiring. Can't fake what's felt when the mic's ignited. If you listening now, you already invited. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking.
The following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Real quick community guidelines before we start the show. Now I want y'all to know that this is a space for respectable, thought-provoking conversations. We encourage intelligent discussions, different viewpoints, and respectable debates. Disagree if you want, but do it with substance and respect. Self-promotion is not allowed. This is not your billboard. Links, spam, and promotions in the comments or in live chat will be blocked immediately. Distasteful trolling, insults, or bad faith behavior will not be entertained. You will be blocked and banned. No warnings, no back and forth. Finally, y'all will notice that the subscriber mode is on. It is only for 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. That way we can protect the integrity of the show and also protect the integrity of people who actually want to comment in the comment section faithfully. All right. We're here to think, challenge ideas, and grow, and not derail the conversation. If you're here in good faith, then I welcome you. Y'all enjoy the show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Urban Lounge Podcast. I am your host, Urban. Appreciate y'all for tuning in on this Saturday evening, man. Man, what's up, man? What's going on with y'all on this Saturday, man? I hope that y'all getting the relaxation that you need, or some of y'all may be working right now and go and make that money as well too. Yes, raise the bar now. We are live. Live show. What's up with it, bro? Salute. But appreciate y'all tuning in to this episode. Appreciate you a whole lot. Man, we got another reaction episode that we're going to share with you tonight, all right? B. Simone is in the social media streets right now, y'all. B. Simone is back in the social media streets. B. Simone, she ended up creating a podcast that's called Let's Try This Again, all right? And so on her podcast, she been having like, different celebrities where, they be having these interesting conversations about dating and relationships and other things as well too. But this particular episode has been trending a lot in the manosphere. It has been trending a lot in the red pill spaces. It has been trending a lot in the dating and relationship dynamic spaces as well too. And guess what? We here at the lounge, we're here for it. We are here for it. So tonight we're going to react to her whole entire podcast. All right. Now I have the whole podcast pulled up. We're going to react to it. There were certain things that were said on there that caught a lot of people attention. I remember seeing MTR react to certain clips on it, and other major content creators who are in the space react to this particular podcast as well too. All right. So if y'all ready to be thoroughly entertained by B. Simone, or if y'all ready to also, learn a lot over here at the lounge, make sure you hit that thumbs up to support the channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this content for the hour, y'all. All right. So once again, this is the Let's Try Again podcast with B. Simone. All right. As you notice right there on the thumbnail at the top of the screen here, it says, I'm a pick me, you're a skip me. Now, this particular thing is what been trending in all the spaces, in the manosphere spaces, in the red pill spaces, in the dating dynamic spaces as well too. So we're going to figure out what this means. I'm going to pick me, so you're skip me. We're going to figure all that out. And we're going to hear the conversation as well, too. So without further ado, let's go and get into it, man. Hit the thumbs up, support the channel, all right? Lionel, what's up with it? Shout out to you, man. Race the board now. Once again, shout out to you as well, too. Appreciate you tuning in to the show. So let's get into it. And also, shout out to everybody who is watching the live stream right now, or you're catching the replay as well, too. Shout out to y'all, all right? So let's go ahead and get into this.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Let's Try This Again. I am your host, B. Simone. What's good with it? Sometimes.
Damn, I forgot how annoying her voice is, bro. Shit. God damn. All right.
Sometimes I say Braylon, sometimes I say B. Simone, but B. Simone's still there. I tried to kill her off because y'all scared me for a little bit. Y'all really shook me up. You shook the table, but I said, no. I'm not going to let the world tell me B. Simone got to die. No. I'm lit. I'm blessed. I'm healed. I'm set free in the name of Jesus. And B. Simone is here to stay, okay? And y'all really don't deserve a lot of Braylon. So I'm going to say Braylon for my husband, my kids, my man, at the house, in my robe, in my bonnet. But y'all can get B. Simone. So hosted by B. Simone, I am so excited about today. Before we get into this beautiful, amazing guest that you see in my home, in this chair, y'all see the wig, y'all see the curls. Okay, I had to ask my friend, I said, check to see if this track is showing because I didn't hide it. So stay back. Don't zoom in. I see you, don't do this. I see your fingers going. Stay back. It might show, but this is Hair R Us. You already know. I'm an ambassador for them. So go to hairrus.com, use the promo code LTTA, and you can click the description.
We're going to get through it, brothers, tonight. We're going to get through this voice.
We made it easy for you. So I don't want to hear I can't find a link. Go to the description box, okay? We got the merch, the LTTA merch. That's in the description, too. Go get your merch. But y'all, all the things. I don't have any announcements. I just feel so good. I have my morning water with my lime water. You warm up the water, you put the lime in it. That helps digestion. It helps clean out all that stuff out your gut. Because a lot of y'all, you really ain't got an attitude. You just got gut health issues. Because that gut is your second brain. And you can't think because that gut is off. That gut lining, we got to fix it. We have got to fix that gut lining. So to start off in the morning, I know you ain't took a vitamin since 89. So start off in the morning with lime water. Hot water with lime. Just start there. You can't get the regular limes, y'all. You got to get the key limes. And that's the other problem. You're using the regular limes. You got to get the key lime, alkaline limes. Okay? I'm just trying to help y'all out. Take it or leave it. If you want to have Coca-Cola at 3 a.m., do what you do. They ain't got nothing to do with me. My gut is fine. I am regular every day. Okay? Let's get into this guest. Finally. She is so beautiful. She is so dope. I ran into her at a birthday party the other day, and I just looked at her. I'm like, girl, we have to connect. Like, we both were like, we keep running into each other. We've in and out connected an outside events every now and then, but never really connected personally or hung out or anything. We're like, okay, we just got to do a day. Like, let's just talk, vibe out, and see. And I was like, can you come on my podcast? She was like, sure, girl. What day? I was like, for real? That was an easy yes. She was like, absolutely. I know the girlies, like, they got to hear what I got to say, you know? So, and what I like about Sarah Shorter is, and I told you this privately, I'm going to say it publicly. I love how bold and articulate and confident you are in your articulation.
Thank you.
That is something that I had at one point, and I let the world take it away from me. The noise, the blogs, the opinions, it caused me to go into a shell of, you know what, Braylon, it's time to find your identity in Christ and not who they say you are.
Period.
So I'm in that season of coming out of hiding and getting excited and getting bold and getting like, I don't give a damn what y'all say. Like, I'm anointed, I'm called, I have a word.
Period.
And you know.
So I'm assuming that B. Simone is still on her Christian Jesus trip now. Because I remember the last time we did a reaction on her, it was almost like a year ago, and she was saying that, you know, she was in love with Jesus, she was going to church more. As a matter of fact, I believe that she was preaching too. She was out there preaching at a women's conference, by the way. Yeah, I remember that because we did a reaction episode on that. So, yeah.
We're human.
Good for her.
If I ever need to say something or, you know, apologize when we cross that bridge when we get to it. But at this point in my life, I know I'm walking in obedience. I'm walking in my calling. I'm walking in who God called me to be.
Yes.
And whoever likes that, this is for you. Whoever doesn't like it, there's a billion other YouTube channels. There's a billion other podcasts.
Say
Go
that.
find somebody you like.
Seriously,
and stay away from me. And
girl.
I love your boldness.
Thank you.
Whether people
Yeah, if y'all don't like B. Simone, just come over here to the Urban Lounge podcast and hang with your boy Urban. We got you over here, all right?
agree with you, whether it's controversial, whether we gonna get to it where they call you a pick me or you on the man's side, or all of these things, you stand on it. I said the same thing to Just Hilarious. I say the same thing to a lot of women that I see, that I see that are so bold in their articulation. There's a confidence and a no fear
Lance,
behind
appreciate
that.
it, brother.
And I just love
Thank you so much.
seeing that because I know what's on the other side of it because I've been through it.
Yeah.
And having yourself be muted or
Thank you so much,
question your
brother.
authority or question your voice, or the camera comes on and you're like, what is the comments gonna say? Are they gonna like me? Or you're like, let's go. This is what I have to say. And you say it with so much authority.
Thank you.
Where does that come from?
Ooh, child. Oh my gosh. Loaded question. Honestly, I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives.
Okay.
I'm 38, but
Okay.
I've lived 1,000 lives.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff, especially in regards to relationships that I speak on, I got from my parents. Who got from my mom, a lot of her stuff came from my grandparents.
Okay.
You know, my mom's mom was married for 53 years. They died 29 days away from each other. Like after we lost my grandfather, my Grammy was like, I don't want to be here. I want to be with my
good.
husband.
Wow.
And literally 29 days later, she let go. And so I feel like there's that aspect of things. And then I've worked with people inside of transformation. So I don't know if you wanted to talk about it or not, but I have an honorary doctorate.
Yes.
And I know that
Because
there's
I was going to ask,
Girl.
there's a whole bunch of stuff around that. I was going to ask.
Another woman with a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
All right, you got it.
Are you a doctor? Are you a
No.
relationship coach? Are you a
No.
therapist?
No.
Where does this articulation around relationships and women and feminine energy and all these
Yes.
things, it just comes from your life?
It comes from my life, and I'm well read.
Come on.
And I'm well learned. Okay, I have
Come
been
on.
around the seminars, the masterminds, the retreats. I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars inside of my personal evolution, and I've also. The things that a lot of people speak about, they talking from theory. I'm speaking from experience. And the difference between the two is when you speak from theory, you don't know the nuances. And the nuances can sometimes be so small, but those super small things make the biggest differences. So I've just lived a lot of life, and it made me think of this analogy. So question for you.
Before she asked her this question, right, do y'all agree with what she just said? She said that she speak on nuances. She don't speak on theory. So let me correct her real quick. When she talking about nuances, she talking about that she speak on anecdotals. Okay, I believe that's the word that she was looking for. Not nuances, but anecdotals. So she pretty much saying that anecdotals is more better than theory. All right. So what do y'all think about that, gentlemen? Do you agree with her on that assessment that, anecdotals is better than, actual having theory behind it? Because my perspective on this is this. I believe that analyticals in theory work simultaneously together, okay? I believe that in order for theory, in order for research, in order for data and statistics, in order for peer-reviewed studies to exist, you have to have anecdotal, okay? Anecdotal have to exist in order for all the rest of it to exist. So I believe that it's an actual balance in it. You can have anecdotal and you can have the theory and the peer reviews and different things like that as well too. One other thing that I want to bring up too is that she did use a Dr. Cheyenne Bryant talking point, by the way, if y'all didn't notice that. Okay, because that's the same as that talking point that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant uses all the time, where she talking about, well, you know, even though I'm a PhD, allegedly, and I got all this and that or whatever, right? But I got experience, you know what I'm saying? So me having experiences way more than whatever. I'm just saying. But let's continue. And y'all let me know what you think about that.
If you needed a heart transplant, and there was someone that hadn't even finished heart transplant school, would you go to that person?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, would you go to the person that just finished heart transplant school and it was their first time doing a heart transplant? Would you be okay?
I would probably look for somebody that's been in the game for 30 years.
Right. So then there's the person that's been doing it for 30 years. They went to school and they're certified. That's a person that we would love. But there's also that person out in the wilderness that is the exception, that has never gone to school, but for whatever reason, they know how to perform heart surgery.
Wow.
And I feel like there's a lot of people that try to speak from the space of they are the heart surgeon out in the wilderness that's never been certified. You can't speak from what you've never experienced. You just can't. And I think too many people are trying to speak from a space of, they don't know. Girl, they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. A lot of these gurus on the internet be saying stuff about how to get a man and sis, if he does this, you're single. And by the way, not to weaponize singleness, because it's not bad to be single if that's truly what you want. But when you're giving advice like, I don't need no man, girl, stop acting like a pick-me, I'm a 10, he needs to be doing this for me, that's why you're single.
Wow.
You're entitled, just rude, disrespectful, talk from the side of your neck, can't manage your tone is never going to get you the man that you say that you want. So for me, I feel like the things that I speak on with conviction is because I've seen it and experienced it in my life, or I've seen it from my parents, or I've learned it from my grandparents. It's not theory, or I've learned it from a book. You know, I read a lot.
Yeah.
I'm an avid reader.
Yeah, you said I read. My problem is I read and don't retain. I don't read 12 books. I don't remember nothing.
I don't believe that.
I need to take notes.
No, I don't believe that.
Come on, B. Simone. Don't be sitting up here calling yourself dumb like that. It's okay, girl. It's all right. We once again, we're going to tolerate you tonight, all right? We're going to tolerate because your homegirl kind of cooking a little bit, man. She kind of cooking a little bit, telling some truth. So what I want to see tonight is this, gentlemen. I want to see if she's going to stick with her word of telling these certain type of truths. Because in these spaces, we know how, you know, these certain type of women operate. They'll pretend to be a pick-me, but in reality, they're chameleons, all right? So I want to see if she's truly going to stand on her word about being a pick-me versus a chameleon, all right? But let's continue.
For one second, because you're so wise, B.
Stop.
You are. You're so wise. Aww. You know, I'll never forget one time we had a chance to connect, and I was just listening, and I feel like your heart. And one of the things that I had heard about you was you're so open. Like you're so open and you're so kind and you're so loving. And people need to protect that.
100%.
Because sometimes when you're so open and you go into spaces where people don't have good intentions with you, it's dangerous.
It is.
It truly is. And so I just feel like your heart is so genuine and so pure. And I've always felt that about you. So I doubt that you ain't retaining nothing because you a solid person.
I retain a little bit, okay?
a little
something. I love that.
All right, you guys, really quickly, before we get to the rest of the show, y'all know I gotta share my gems. Y'all know I'm always looking for
going from single, because when you started your platform.
Damn, you was already advertising at the beginning of your show. Why you still trying to advertise now? Damn.
Single.
It's single.
Yeah.
Women dating, I'm sure, this women and dating and all these things. And now you're on the other side of that, like, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
This is what I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
If y'all would just listen, open up them damn ears.
Yes.
And give me a chance to teach y'all something.
I'll try it. Girl, I'll try it. Girls be fighting me every day. But you know what? I would say that when I think about how it feels on the other side, to be honest, I think a lot of women are like this. I think I thought I was more prepared to be a wife than I was in reality.
Wow.
If I'm going to be completely transparent.
Wow.
Because I know how to cook, I know how to clean, I know how to mind my tone. But what I didn't know how to do.
She said, I know how to mind my tone. I know
do.
that's right. And that's a real thing.
I do. I know
Respect
how to
your
choose
husband.
my words. Like, I might be cussing you out of my mind, but out of respect, I would never say some of these things that these women say. I wouldn't even think some of the things a lot of these women say, you know?
That would actually verbalize to a
you
man.
can't say that. You can't say that. Women, there are so many women, and I'm not condoning cheating. I do think that cheating is weak. I believe that with my whole heart. And also, there are women that are handing the keys to a man to go into another door. If you, how many times are you going to emasculate him before he's just tired of it? Men don't, a lot of men, I don't think cheating is as common as the loud collective make it seem, but a lot of the time, men are seeking a feeling. They want to feel respected. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel adored. But now when they come home, there's no peace in that home. You literally can't even be mindful about your tone enough to respect him. How is he supposed to feel appreciated, loved, and desired? And so I say all of that to say, to run it back a little bit, one of the things that I realized is it wasn't those things. I wasn't as surrendered as I thought.
Now, before she get to this next point about talking about being surrendered, and ultimately, I'm pretty sure she's going to start segueing to submission. Generally, what do you think about her perspective so far? She is saying this. She's saying that she had to learn to control her tongue, in other words. So what does that mean for us? In other words, she's saying that she had to bridle herself. She had to be very, very strategic when she says certain things. All right. So here's the question I want to ask you, gentlemen. Do you prefer for your woman to be soft, how the way she's displaying it right now, or do you prefer for your woman to be unapologetic? Just like how a lot of modern women are right now, where they believe they're unapologetic. They believe that I'm going to say what I have to say. You better respect what I have to say. Now, through these spaces, I have dealt with different type of men who say that they want a woman who's unapologetic. I also heard gentlemen who said, no, I want my woman to be soft. So what say you, brothers? Do you want your woman to be unapologetic, what she would straight up tell you how it is, and even if it hurts your feelings? Or do you want a woman who's more soft, for what she being more strategic about how the way she say things to you? What do you think? Now, here's my stance on this particular thing. I'm kind of right there in between. I want my woman to be a woman, which is to be soft and be respectable, right? But at the same time, if I am doing certain things that I know that I'm out of pocket about, I do want her to speak up and say something about it too. You know what I'm saying? I do want her to speak up and say something about it. But not in a way where you're emasculating me. Not in a way where you're weaponizing it. Okay? But you're saying it in a way where you're still in your femininity and you're checking me right. And by how the way you present it and how the way you say it, it literally will make me bag up like, you know what? You're right. You're right. And I apologize. But that's my particular stance on that. So what's your stance on this, gentlemen? Do you want a woman just like how I stated it, or do you want a woman that's to be straight unapologetic, or do you want a woman that's straight soft? What do y'all say? H.A., what's up with it, brother? What's up with it? Lupo Marks, what's up with it? Salute. Welcome to the lounge as well, too. Welcome. All right, so H.A. says this, as fine as she is, she need Not a show with the feet. Good Lord. I know, right? For some strange reason, these women, they get on these podcasts, they just want to show their feet. So I don't know what that's about, but I guess. Raise the bar say this, a woman with a untamed mouth is one to leave alone immediately. Shout out to you for that. Lorpo said this, 304s can go feed their cats. She's grown. The fucking fuck up and maybe finally read First Corinthians chapter 13. Did HA follow up and say, man, I don't know what I want, to be honest with you. Yeah, you gotta figure that out, brother. Like, if I don't know if you are in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, or you may be considering being in a relationship, right? But if that is so, right, that's one of the things that I teach over here at the lounge about vetting. But before you vet it out, you got to know exactly what you want. Don't just go for a woman because she look good and that's it. You have to know exactly what she's going to bring to you, okay? Because the whole duty of a woman is to edify you as the man. But she won't be able to do that if you don't know what you want. Let alone know if you know who exactly you are. Right? So I get you. So if that's your consideration, if you're considering being in a relationship, or you maybe are in a relationship, that's something that you highly have to consider, brother, for real. And that need to be implemented as well too, brother. Let's see. Raise the bar say this. You could say what's on your mind without cat watering it out. Well, cater watering it out. Shout out to you. Joe, what's up with it, brother? Joe says, stay sweet and feminine while being honest and respectable. Shout out to you and your comment. And finally, Lance come back and say a lady in general has awareness of how she speaks. Facts. But let's continue, gentlemen. Once again, we are reacting to B. Simone. She's having a interesting conversation right now. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up to support the channel. We got about 305 people in the building right now on this fine Saturday evening. So make sure that y'all support the stream, all right? So let's go ahead and dive deeper into this.
I still had control issues, you know, and it's only because I've had good results.
Okay.
So the first 2 or 3, because next month we'll be married next month it's been a year that we've been married. And the first 2 or 3 months, I thought that I was like wife of the year, you know, like I thought.
Wow.
But I would still at times challenge things I have no business challenging.
Give me an example.
Ooh, child. Here's a real example. In relationships, I feel like we all think it's supposed to be one way, the way that we think it's supposed to go in our mind, whatever that looks like. So as an example, let's say your husband wants to, you believe in girls' trips, he doesn't believe in girls' trips. Or he believes in boys' trips, you don't believe in boys' trips. As an example, right? Now, what happens oftentimes is if you believe in girls' trips and I'm your man, your husband, and I don't believe in girls' trips, now we're at a stalemate. What do you do when you're passionately stalemated with someone? Now, the big scheme of it is, it's really not that serious. But the truth of it is, your emotions are going. And a lot of us as women, we're dysregulated, right? We don't know how to just be able to say, okay, you see it a different way, or can we put a pin in it and come back? Or let me really think about why I need to think about all of these different things. Why I really want to
go on this trip, why I feel like I need
what's
this
the value of it? All of
intent?
all of these different things come up. Now, when you stalemate and you come to a thing where you feel one way and I feel another, who wins? Do you trust the lead of the man that you chose?
Wow.
So that's the control. And that's just a random example.
For sure.
Even when it comes to parenting, when we have our first baby together, I'm sure we're going to parent different because Brock is like, he's a little bit harder than me. You know, he's just harder than me. And I'm like,
so we had this conversation last night. Those of y'all who was over here at the lounge last night, we had a similar conversation with what she's talking about, right? But the only difference is that it was with Ace Metaphor, okay? So the host had asked Ace Metaphor, what does leadership look like to you? And the brother couldn't answer. In fact, those of us over here, we was utterly disappointed with Ace Metaphor. We were so disappointed and frustrated with that food. Golly. But y'all got to catch that show from last night. But within that leadership question, that's when we was asking the other question too. Like, well, let's say in this hypothetical situation to where you disagree with something and she disagree with something. And y'all not going to let up. Who's going to take the leadership role and make the deciding factor of it? Ace sit up here and literally said, it's her turn. I'm just going to make it her turn. But, brothers, that is some bullshit.
That's bullshit.
All the way. But I like what she said. She said that regardless of the disagreement, she have enough faith and trust. Enough faith and trust in her husband that she will follow his overall decision. And brothers, that's how the way it's supposed to be. Yes, that's absolutely how the way it's supposed to be. What do y'all think? Do y'all agree with that? I hope y'all do. Once again, shout out everybody. Jay, what's up with it, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. Good work being on my algorithm. Yeah. I try my best to get on y'all algorithm for real, man. On the cool though. Sinner, what's up with it? Salute to you as well too. Welcome back to the lounge. So let's go ahead and hear more of what she got to say. All right.
Patience. But
while Sarah, she cooking though.
Why do you feel that even with I have 12 nieces and nephews, 2 godsons, and I have like the conversations like, okay, use your words. Okay. You know, I don't understand what this is. And my sister one time was like, he doesn't know what that means when you say
He's
use
2
your
months
words.
old.
Right. I'm like, use your words. But I think we'll parent different. So if you believe in whooping a child and I believe in gentle parenting, what happens when we are stalemated?
But aren't these conversations you have before marriage?
Sometimes.
But not every single one.
Sometimes. You don't have every single one.
Not every single one.
And before we got married, because we have a crazy story, you know, people are like, oh.
Yes, B. Simone is correct. Because I tell you, brothers, to do this. That these are a lot of these open-ended questions that you should be asking before you get in a relationship. So you'll know right off the bat who you're dealing with. That's the first part. Now, the second part is that I tell you, brothers, this is that while you in the relationship, you should always be doing evaluations, meaning that you should at least the bare minimum is doing a month evaluation to see that you and her are still in alignment together. Because yes, we know that people change. We know that people grow. We know people have different worldviews and ideology. We know that you could be influenced by other people. So it's important for you to check on each other, even while you're in a relationship, to see if y'all both still on the same page. Y'all both are still in line. And if y'all are off alignment, then that's the opportunity for you to investigate that and see where the misalignment is at. If it's salvageable, if it's fixable, then go ahead and work on it. But if it's not, then it is what it is.
Yes, we got married in 6 days after we committed to one another, but we had been friends for almost 3 years. You know?
Like a real deep friendship, hanging out.
Real
like
deep
knowing
friendship.
This person.
I had, one of his girls that he brought. My husband is tall, handsome, successful. He's got it going on.
Okay.
Women were doing everything for him for nothing. They were diving to be on his roster.
Wow.
And if I was a man and I could get everything for free with no effort, I would absolutely do it too. So for the ladies, stop giving up the goodies for nothing, okay? Stop letting these men baby mama you. Stop letting these men situationship you. Stop letting these men put you on a roster. So when I first met him, I liked him and he liked me. And the next day we were supposed to go on a date the next week, and we ended up getting together the next day, and we had like snacks and we talked about everything. Then the day after that, we fell asleep on the phone together and woke up on the phone together. I was like, hello. He was like, hello. I was like, oh my, I hadn't done that since high school. Like, it was crazy.
That's so cute.
And then after that, I want to know, are you marriage minded? You know, like, where are you at? Like, you know, I'm really digging your vibe, but I'm not putting my eggs in a basket with a hole at the bottom. It's just not who I am. So when I had that conversation, he was like, oh, I'm just seeing how stuff goes. I said, oh, you could be my friend.
See ya.
Yeah, it's been lovely. A plum pleasing pleasure.
Get them likes up. Get them likes up.
So at that time, we both kind of, people say friend zoned, but we friend zoned each other. He wanted to do what he wanted to do. I'm dating with the intention of marriage. And so there was a time we were at a party and there was a girl, and this girl came to me at the party because everybody knows who I was. Everybody used to be like, they need to be together. They need to just get married. They need to this. They would.
Real quick, y'all. She mentioned something that was very important. And I actually said this on a couple of panels too, and people disagree with me on it. All right. She had mentioned the concept about friend zone, okay? Now, my stance is this. I believe that whenever a woman friend zone a man, or a man friend zone a woman, right, or both, whatever, right, I honestly believe the reason why they do that is not because they're trying to be platonic friends. I honestly believe that they do that simply because they're trying to reserve that person. They want to reserve that person, keep that person in their pocket. So in case while they're going out and having all these dating experiences and they don't work out, then they have their friend to go back to. That is my God honest truth. And Sarah just confirmed that because she said that that's what happened to her husband. That was cool. That was friends. You know, they kind of met each other and then they ain't no friends on each other. She started dating other people. He started dating other people. Eventually, they got tired of the bullshit in the dating market.
That's bullshit.
And decided to work on each other. Hence, exit out of the friend zone. So I don't give a damn what people say. When you friend zone somebody, right? I honestly believe that you are reserving that person for a future potential suitor. That is me personally. And I done seen evidence of this time and time again what is happening. Now, however way the relationship go after when you exit out the friend zone, that is contingent on you. You may have exit out the friend zone and y'all try to get into a relationship and it just didn't work out. It is what it is, but it still proves the point that, yeah, y'all was reserving each other. I'm just saying, but let's continue, y'all.
Anyway, this girl came to me crying, saying she does everything for him. She cooks, she cleans, she's sexually swinging from the chandelier. She wakes him up to this, that, and the other. And I don't have no dog in the fight at the time. This is just my friend. And I said, girl, you need to raise your standards and set firmer boundaries. Like, he's only doing what you allow him to do.
Wow.
Stop doing all this for this man. If he's not giving you back commitment and you doing everything, that doesn't make any sense to me. And so I say that to say that's the type of friends that we were. All the girl, I knew about all the girls. He knew who I was dating at the time. We went on trips together, like in groups, not just the two of us. It was never just the two of us. He was my love interest in skits.
Yeah.
So it was a whole thing. So we had 2.5 years of this like chemistry that we both always had, but it was like,
you were like, I'm not going there because you're not finna play with me.
You are not playing with me.
And he basically respected you. Like, I'm not even gonna play with her like that.
That's what he said.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And I think when we both got married, neither of us were ready, to be honest.
Wow.
But we did it. And now, almost a year later, I understand what they say it means when they say be a praying wife. I don't think it's just to cover your husband. That's cute. I think that being a praying wife is asking God to remove the things that are not in alignment with what a wife to my husband is.
To him,
to
this
my
man.
husband.
Interesting.
Yes. It's not in alignment for me to so many women. It'll be like, oh, I was supposed to turn left back there. No, you're supposed to turn right. Or they correct him. Like, there's certain things a man needs to learn his own lessons, you know? So I say all that to say, and I just have to want to go back because I don't know if I said this before as far as my honorary doctorate goes.
You're like, let me get back to that.
Yeah. Because one of the things I don't want to miss it because I don't lead with accolades. I don't have to, right? I've been in a lot of rooms. I've done a lot of things. I've learned from a lot of incredible people, and I don't talk about it. I'm not the person that brings a video. I'm gonna be Simone, okay?
Yeah.
And I did not bring a videographer. I'm just not that person. I don't. You just see the fruit. I'm not trying to show you the tree. I don't care to show the tree.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. And so I will say that the reason why I have an honorary doctorate in business strategy and Christian leadership is because for over 10 years, I helped tens of thousands of people have transformation in their life. I helped thousands of people put money in their pocket. And I feel like if you can help someone make real amounts of money, you have to have transformation. The way you look at yourself, the way you look at others, the way you look at community, the way you look at
the world.
The world, it all changes. So as far as, the learning aspect of things, I do have an honorary doctorate, but I really, and at first I was like, this isn't real. I had to Google it, girl. I was like, what is this?
Right. Why am I
getting this?
Yeah.
I got nominated. I would never pay for an honorary but there are people that do that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Not me. That's never going to be my life.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, when they nominated me, I Googled, and then I found out, okay, Usher has an honorary. Missy Elliott. This is for the learning that you've done outside of the classroom, for the impact you've done outside of the classroom, which is not even close, by the way, to the people that went through blood, sweat, and tears in the classroom. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying, I'm not being acknowledged just to be acknowledged.
Yeah, I'm doing a little stuff.
A little razzle and a dazzle. Like I've been translated in Greek, in Spanish. I've spoken in every state in America. I've spoken in Sweden and Iceland, and I've been everywhere. So I feel like, but I don't lead with that. I just be smiling and listening and watching.
Hold on, y'all, really quickly. I have an announcement.
No, you don't got no announcement.
About me. I'm really.
There you go.
Carrie.
Thank
But
you.
I felt like that the first time we met you. We had a mutual friend at the time, and we went out to lunch. It was a lunch or dinner, whatever. We met up at a coffee shop, and I felt like that then. It was just you were happy then, but it feels different now.
I feel like I'm grown.
Okay, you feel like you've grown since then.
I'm more mature, and I think I'm free now.
Okay,
because I feel like freedom is in surrender. I don't have control over anything. I live in a bubble. I trust myself. And that's one thing that we were talking about. The internet will try to cancel you. Call me broke, call me ugly, call me stupid, call me single. I don't care what anybody has to say. If I were to tell you right now, B, you got blue hair, what would you say?
What are you talking about?
Right, you don't have blue hair. If I were to say, "Oh my God, B, why you so dark skinned?"
You're nuts.
It's just not.
You're just making stuff up.
You're making stuff up.
Yeah.
But if and I saw this one guy say this on Instagram. But if I were to say, "Dang, you're really disrespectful to people," what would you say?
Why do I get? Wait, you think I'm disrespectful?
Right. So we only relate to the pieces of that we think is
100%.
true. It's hitting a piece of us.
It can't be hidden.
Yes.
It can't be in there. If it's in there, now you're questioning. That means you don't know your identity.
Yes.
And that's exactly the season I'm coming out of.
Yes.
I'm finally to the point where I'm like, I don't have to believe these lies about myself.
At all.
I don't have to think about that. Like, there was a point where the internet, I would be like, why am I crying over Twitter?
Yes.
Like, this is crazy.
Because they will try.
But it was new.
Yes.
It was a whole shift of like, I'm the first.
Yeah.
Let me look at my camera.
Yes.
Sarah got herself off the first generation.
Yes.
Ever in the world.
Yes.
Of
Come on.
internet celebrity, of content creation, of
Yes.
black girl comedian that comes from social media back in 2014.
Yes.
So the first, there was no blueprint for what we were doing then.
At all.
It was the first time. Instagram didn't even have video when I had Instagram. It was
Sheesh.
only pictures.
Yes.
So I was trailblazing a space that never existed.
Yes.
And I was always uplifted for that and
Yes.
applauded for that. And you're so funny. You're so pretty. You're so this. You're so that. And when it turned, I was like, no.
So real quick. This whole conversation that they talking about, finding your identity and really knowing yourself, and how people will try to weaponize you, right? People will try to weaponize you and to make you be the way how they want you to be, or try to assess you to be the way that they want you to be, right? When I was going through my journey of self-discovery and stuff, especially after my divorce, right, I had to do a lot of unlearning. I had to unlearn a lot of things that I learned when I was growing up. I had to unlearn a lot of things that I had in me when I was an adult. But while I was in the process of doing that, these certain people or certain individuals that's up here targeting my identity. They're saying that you're this way, Urban. You're that way, Urban. This is how the way you are. You're never going to be this way. You're never going to be that way. You're never going to achieve this. You're never going to achieve that. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why these people were saying this is because they wanted to hurt me. They wanted to make sure that I was on my lowest form possible and never get out the hole, never get out the rut that I was in. I was convinced that when these people were saying these things to me, gentlemen and ladies who were watching, I was convinced that they literally wanted me to not be on this earth no more. So it came to a point that I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice to either accept everything that people were saying about me, or I had to make a choice to reinvent myself, become something even greater. And as y'all see right now, tuning into this podcast, I chose to be something even greater. So I said respectfully, fuck all of them. Forget how the way you think about me. I'm going to be who I'm destined to be, period. And brothers, I believe wholeheartedly that you have to be the same exact way. I want y'all to understand this clearly. One of the greatest lessons while I was going through this, right? One of the greatest lessons I learned is this. I learned that I'm always going to be the villain in someone's story. It's inevitable. If I'm a willing participant in it or not a willing participant in it, it's inevitable. I'm going to be a villain in someone's story. And I accepted that. And I'm telling y'all this, brothers, is that, through you going through all this, right, you are going to be a villain in someone's story. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. But it's important for you to know how to navigate through that. Okay? To accept it and navigate so you can be the best version of yourself. Once again, shout out to everybody in the building. We are reacting to B. Simone and Miss Sarah. She is cooking tonight. So far, she don't seem like a comedian. She really do seem like a pick-me. But she, in reality, Sarah, she can't be a pick-me because she's married. The only way you'll become a pick-me, essentially, this whole term of pick-me is dealing with women who are single and want to be chosen, okay? So she technically can't be a pick-me because she's married, all right? Based on the definition. But, however, she is being honest in this podcast where she's giving a realistic perspective about her being married, about being a wife, and also being a married woman as well, too. You know what I mean? So, think she's having a good conversation, you know what I'm saying? We can learn a lot about this conversation tonight, gentlemen. Thinking Man News Break. What's up with it, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you. He said this: I agree with your friend zone assessment. I said time and time again that men and women cannot simply be friends. Women in particular won't even associate themselves with men who they don't find physically attractive. So claiming that a man is simply a friend is a lie. All right. So appreciate your comment. My moderator, he said men and women can absolutely be friends, shall be wild. Let's look over Lionel. Let's look over the little blue wrench. Let's look over the blue wrench. Look over what Senna is saying as well, too. Look over what Senna is saying as well, too. I agree with you, what you said, Lionel. Let's look over them, all right? But let's continue, though.
Because you get excited about the applause, you're going to crumble at the boos.
Oh, man.
Your identity has to be rooted in who you know you are in Christ and not what anybody is saying about you.
Yes.
And I'm at 36 years old, girl. awakening and surrender
Yes.
and truly seeking Christ. I rededicated my life back to Christ
Yes.
at 33.
Yes.
So
Say
this
the truth.
confidence, this boldness in him, not in the world,
Period.
not in the
I'm not gonna
comments,
hear
not in
the
the
end of
likes,
this
not in the viral moments that come and go.
Yes.
But in him, that's a new thing for me.
Yes.
And it's a different trust. Like, I'm not trusting on even my confidence.
Yes.
It's my confidence in Christ that I know who he called me to be in this production, and on this platform, in
Yes.
this world.
Yes.
He uplifted me in a generation
Yes.
for a time such as this,
Come on.
ultimately for his glory. And I
Yes.
finally can say that with authority and mean it,
Yes.
not just faking it till I make it.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it's just a beautiful place to be.
Yes.
So for you to say you're in this season of abundance,
Yes.
it feels different.
It feels
from
different.
From the years ago when I met you.
Yes.
It didn't feel like sadness or depression or anxiety. None of that.
Yes.
It was always confidence. But in this season, it's even a softer confidence.
I
It
receive
is.
that.
It is.
It's because I don't have control. And you know what's crazy? I think about moving to Atlanta has been this like really weird experience. I feel like I'm from Canada.
Yeah.
I moved to America by myself when I was 20 years old to pursue acting. And I'm a cliche, but it's okay. To pursue acting. And then I was in LA for 15 years. And then from LA,
Lionel, what the hell is going on with ATL, bro? Why everybody having these experiences in Atlanta? And the crazy part about it is that people keep migrating to Atlanta. Like, like I say, what the fuck you moved to Atlanta for?
God damn.
Damn, what's going on with Atlanta, bro?
I came to Atlanta. So next month will be 4 years that I've been in Atlanta. And the craziest part to me is when I got here, this is the first time I ever experienced mean girl, weird.
You didn't experience that in LA?
Not at all.
Wow.
0%.
That is so mind-blowing to me.
0%. I think there is, now
Damn,
mind
y'all
you,
mean as
there's
hell
also
in-
really
in
incredible
ATL.
people here in Atlanta.
100%.
Now I am in my lane and I'm
In
out
your
of
bubble,
the way.
have your friends,
Yes,
have
that's
your
it.
community.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I don't venture far.
I know that's right.
So much so, I had a girlfriend, she came over the other day and she was like, man, there was a thing that happened. And she was like, these women really tried to drag you. Like they really tried to slander you. And she's like, but look at you. I said, honestly, I didn't even know. Cause I don't look to hear what
Thank
people
you,
have
God.
to say about me.
That's how I feel.
I don't know what anybody says. And I don't
care
what anybody says. Because what do I look like listening to your projection? What do I look like listening to your projection? What you have to say about me, that's your truth. It's not mine. And I refuse to be in a space where I now, inside of my surrendering, I can't give you the control over my life. I can't give anyone God's got it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's literally it. So I just feel like I'm free and I'm happy in real life. You know, when people hate the things that I say and they get upset about what I say, I don't know what to tell you. That's my truth. If you don't like it, don't listen. There's a billion other podcasts. There's a billion other pages. You know?
So let's
Including the
actually have
Urban Lounge
multiple
podcast,
questions
by
in
the
my
way.
head. I have a whole list of things that I want to talk about. We ain't even got there yet. I want to go back to
And before you go back, do this.
lipstick on my teeth.
Yeah. Perfect.
How long was that there?
I don't know. I just saw it. I just saw it. Did y'all see it?
Thank you. No, it's totally fine.
I mean, I seen it at the beginning of the show. I just didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I seen it. It was like,
God damn.
but I just didn't care. I really didn't care at all, period. But B. Simone, she should know better than wearing all that damn red lipstick with all that big ass lips she got. The hell?
I got your back.
Real raw, uncut. If it was there the first 30 minutes, just ignore it and listen to the audio.
Period. I'm sorry.
Don't cut none of this out. I want to talk about, you mentioned a praying wife. I want to get to the spiritual aspect of you're now in a covenant under God and the covering and what you saw spiritually, not just he tall, dark, handsome, and successful. That's all
I got
great.
chills.
That's all great.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I like chocolate.
Yes.
I like a nice back. Ooh, I was at the gym the other day. I saw this nigga back. I didn't even care if he thought I was staring at him. I turned around and he was boxing.
Lionel, if you want to leave that married woman feet alone, stop sitting up here lusting off that married woman feet. See, it's men like you. It is men like you It is men like you.
And I said, yes, give me a show. That back. Oh, my God, the trapezoid or whatever the thing is. The
thing on the neck, you know?
That?
Yes.
I said, I love a good back. I love a chocolate skin. I like a
Yes.
caramel. I like dark, tall, dark, and handsome. Of course we love a successful. Of course we love a I know my purpose.
Yes.
Of course we love a authority. We love boldness. We love a leader, an alpha man. We love all of those things.
Yes.
But
Alpha man, ugh.
you can have all of that. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. In the season I'm
See, that's the reason why B. Simone is single, by the way, because she keeps trying to go out there doing little beta alpha man.
Beta.
Instead of getting her a Sigma meal. Don't know what she missing.
in now.
Yes.
If you don't know the Lord, or at least seeking him diligently,
Yes.
you might not be where I am spiritually yet. And I'm not
Yes.
where I'm gonna be.
Right.
We're always evolving. There's no end goal to this.
Period.
You have to have a desire to get to know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and have a relationship with him for yourself.
Yes.
Did he have that? Does he have that? Is he growing in that?
Yes.
What attracted you to him in the spiritual aspect,
Yes.
not just the physical, successful, all of the things, you know?
So did he have that? Yes, because we had talked about a lot of different things, but I had never experienced it with him before. And I think one of my favorite things about our marriage, to be honest, is every morning, or at least every morning I make us tea. It's like energy tea in the morning. And we sit and we read a chapter in the Bible, and then we
Wow.
pray, we Bible study,
Wow.
and then he prays over our day.
Wow.
So almost every morning we do this together. And I feel like it's really interesting to hear his standpoints on Proverbs, or his standpoints, and we'll hop around. You know, if we're reading the book of Proverbs, or if we're reading Mark, or if we finish a whole book, but we read a chapter of it a day. It's so interesting to hear his standpoints, and sometimes we're right there, and other times he's so over here and I'm so over here, which just creates more colors and vastness and depth, because it's like I've never even thought about it that way. So I love that he does definitely challenge me spiritually.
Okay.
And I love that for me.
Okay.
And I feel like in the strangest way, I'm like, what will it look like in 5 to 10 years from now when we have children? Because we've also talked, we stream into church because it's a lot getting to church. We stream to Pastor Darius Daniels. We love you.
He back this Sunday.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes. He's been on his sabbatical.
So before she get into this, son, I got another question that I want to kind of get y'all attention on based on what she just said, all right? So she was talking about the whole foundation of her and her husband, spirituality, right? She was letting us know that her husband pray over her. She pray over him. She was also letting us know that they have Bible study together too, as well too. So here's my question I want to ask y'all tonight, gentlemen and ladies who are watching. Do you believe that having that particular spiritual foundation, do you believe that that's a one-size-fits-all for every type of relationships? Once again, do you believe that this particular spirituality that she's talking about with her and her husband, that it is a one-size-fits-all with our relationships? Now, the reason why I'm asking y'all this tonight is because based on Christianity belief systems, right? Christianity believes that, yes, you have to have this foundation, the spiritual foundation, where, you know, it have to be, what's the order? God, man, woman, then children. But let me kind of pick our brain on this a little bit. What if they didn't have this spiritual foundation, right? What if they didn't have the spiritual foundation? What if they still had a understanding for each other without using the Bible at all, period, without doing these rituals? Could their relationship still stand? Could it still be successful? I believe that it could. And the reason why it could is that as long as both of y'all are walking together, y'all are in agreement with each other, just like I told you earlier by having evaluations with each other to make sure that y'all still in alignment with each other. As long as you're in alignment with each other, to me, I believe that it doesn't necessarily matter about the religious worldview belief. Now, it could be important to you, absolutely, but if y'all are in alignment with each other, then the overall alignment should be the most important part than everything else. Would y'all agree to that? Also, the reason why I'm kind of picking y'all brain on this because I have met couples who do not go to church. I have met couples who are atheists. I have met couples who don't believe in Christianity at all, period, or no type of worldview religion, period. And they say a relationship is just as successful as you looking at a relationship who have spirituality, who believes in religion. See, I just want to just kind of pick y'all brain on this, especially those of y'all who are, you're either in a relationship or you may be considering being in a relationship, right? I'm just picking y'all brain on this just to let you know that all of this goes into the vetting process. All of it goes into the vetting process. If you find someone who necessarily don't believe the same way how you believe, then it shouldn't matter as long as y'all in alignment, right? But y'all let me know what you think. Sandra, what's up with a salute? So Sandra said this. I appreciate the comment, by the way. Sandra said, I believe it can because it grows spiritually balanced due to both planting spiritual seeds, and that seed would align that spiritual growth. Now, in your perspective, I can agree with you on that. But however, with my question, and I asked it in a very specific way, all right? So my question is not taking away of the worldview belief, or it's not taking away of your particular worldview belief or Sandra's worldview belief. That's where neither. It's not taking away of that at all, period. All I'm saying is this. What if there are other people out there that don't believe in the same exact way as, either you or how she believe in? Would that relationship still be successful? And the answer to the question is that I believe that it will be successful as long as you're in some type of alignment with each other. Here's one more point that I'm going to make and we'll continue the video, all right? Even in situations like this, right, where you do have couples who are, spiritually aligned with the Most High God, right? At the same time, if these relationships were so successful, why do... I'm gonna give about a percentage. Why do at least about 15 to 20% of these same relationships end up in divorce? Have y'all ever thought about that before? Why do they end up in divorce if they are in alignment with their spirituality? Now, I know that the other nuance is that, the atheist relationship could be the same exact way. Yes, I agree with you. But the only reason why I'm saying this is that I'm just trying to prove the point to y'all that regardless of it being a spiritual belief or not, as long as y'all are in alignment with each other, however way it looks for you, then it should be able to be successful. That's the point that I'm trying to make with y'all tonight. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay. Now, once again, I don't want y'all to misunderstand that I'm saying that I'm trying to take away of the religious worldview, that I'm trying to take away of Christianity or spirituality or whatever, your worldview is. I'm not trying to take that away from you. Because if you believe that way, it is nothing wrong with believing that way, period. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah. Shout out to everybody in the building again. Make sure you hit the thumbs up to support the channel, all right? We are reacting to B. Simone podcast. She has Sarah on on her podcast as well too. She's giving her personal anecdotal experience with her current marriage, and she's sharing her experience in hopes that she could help women like B. Simone to ultimately get married. All right. So let's go ahead and dive deeper. I see your comment as well too. Thanking Man News thanking Man News break. I address it in a little bit. All right, but let's get deeper into this.
Resting.
Period. But we stream into church, and so we've had conversation about when we have children, like we got to go to church because our kids need to
grow up in the church. Yeah.
So it's like, what will it be like? And it's strange for me to think about because it's like that's so far away from right now. You know, like.
Is it?
I mean, to actually pick up a baby and bring them into church.
Okay.
Planning for a baby, no. I also, that's another thing too, just full transparency. And if I cry, I don't know. I
so
feel
cute.
like, I don't know. I'm just
said if I cry, I don't know.
I don't know. If it comes, it comes. Just ignore my tears. But I feel like in my life to have done everything they say is right. And then to have not necessarily challenges, but challenges because I am older, right? And I was never going to be baby mamaed, never. And it's so funny because, you know, the haters on the internet, the things that they would do say is like, oh yeah, you can't even have kids. Your eggs are dust. You
I
this,
rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
Yeah,
we bind that up in the name of Jesus.
Amen. If I am meant to be a mother, if I am meant to bear children, God will make it happen. All you need is one egg. You know what I mean? If God said it, it's already done. So I feel like I'm on this. Am I too old? Am I not? Am I too old? Am I not? And then also, before I got married, I had already surrendered. Like, if this isn't for me, great, because I was not going to have children out of wedlock.
I'm exactly there with you.
I'm
not. Like, I want a family more than I want to be a mom.
Period.
I want the family unit. I want to finally do it God's way.
Yes.
This is God's way. This is his plan. And once again, we always have to preface, nothing against anybody who has done it a different way.
Yes.
As for me, and I can speak on this, why? Because I've done it every other which way but God's way. I've done it, I've been in the club, the strip, the this, the that, the drugs, the alcohol, the sex, the men, the bands, the threesomes. I did everything.
Yes.
And I talked about everything I've done. This time, let's do it God's way.
Yes.
Let's calm down.
Yes.
Let's have a relationship with him. And this is the order that he calls us to have it. I want to have a family more than I want to be a mom.
Period. That's me too. And so now my husband and father are almost synonymous for him. So for him, he's like, we get married and we start a family. And sometimes I feel like I am excited to be a mother, and if it's in God's will. Because if it's not for me, am I enough? And he and I had to have very real conversations about that, because I am 38 and I don't necessarily want to have children after 40. I just turned 38 2.5 weeks ago. So the clock is ticking. If this doesn't happen, am I enough? What does that look like? And before we even got married, so those 6 days, people are like, oh my God, she got married in 6 days. I know this man. So it's one of my best friends. Okay. Like, I know him. In this 6 days, we were talking about, what's your expectation of a wife? What's your expectation of me as a mother? What's your expectation of you as a husband? What's your expectation of you as a father? What's your expectation of our spirituality? Are we going to bring our kids? Like, it was like a.
And keep in mind that they had friends on each other. Okay. So they already been knowing each other for all these years. So them getting married in 6 days is kind of, in a way, irrelevant, because in a technical sense, they technically was in a relationship. Okay. So none of that don't even matter. But one thing real quick, I want to bring this kind of, it kind of don't go with what she's talking about, but she just mentioned this, and I kind of want to throw this out here, all right? She mentioned that if it's in God's will, okay? Once again, she mentioned that if it's in God's will. Now, me personally, I don't agree with that term, if it's in God's will. I don't. The reason why I personally do not agree with that term, if it's in God's will, or many of us will quote the scripture and God will be done, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I don't agree with that is because it takes away free will. It is indirectly applying, or it's indirectly assuming that God is literally controlling us like puppets. That we are tethered to strings, and wherever God decides to do, that's what's going to happen. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that at all, period. Because let's look at the worst case scenarios, which are the worst case scenarios out there, brothers. So if it's in God's will, that mean that in God's will, God had allowed a woman to get raped. If it's in God's will, that means in God's will, he had orchestrated for a young man to be molested. In God's will, he had orchestrated a genocide. In God's will, he had orchestrated for a person to be unalive or die for no apparent reason. This is why I don't agree with that. Because once again, it is as though we are saying that God is literally controlling our life, when God is not controlling our lives. Because here's another thing too that I want y'all to consider. If that is true, that God is absolutely in his will controlling our life, right? Do you know that the whole concept about sin wouldn't even make any sense? The whole concept about knowing it's sin, but repentance and all this stuff wouldn't even make no sense. The whole concept about in the Christian Bible, when they talk about, Jesus dying on the cross for our sins, right? That whole entire synoptic gospel wouldn't make no sense whatsoever. It wouldn't. And the reason why that I want y'all to consider this is that if it was in God's will, we all are technically living in sin, right? All God had to do is one or two things. He could terminate us for being sinful, or he could literally manipulate us into not being sinful, where we no longer is screwing up, where we following his laws, statutes, and judgment, right? It wouldn't be a need for a 10 commandments. It wouldn't be a need for none of that if it's in God's will. But I'm just letting y'all consider this, that terminology is a false equivalent. It really is. No, it's not in God's will, because God did not control that. Now, case in point with Sarah, where she's talking about having a kid and stuff, right? No, it's not in God's will for her to have a baby now. It is absolutely in you and your husband, whether or not y'all going to have a baby now, depending on what's going on with y'all. He may have a low sperm count, and you probably just can't get pregnant. That's not God's will. That's his body. That's his genetic makeup that came that way. Or you may not be able to have a baby. That's not God's will of that happening. That's your body that's happening. That is absolutely on y'all, not God. One last thing, and we'll continue. We'll continue. That's the equivalent of when I hear Christian people sit up here trying to blame their circumstances on the devil. The devil got me caught up, or the devil made me do it. Them things like that, right? That's the same equivalent of that. Instead of holding yourself accountable for the choices and decisions that you made, you want to blame it on someone else. Am I lying on that, brothers? Or I'm being honest with you? Yeah, facts. I now power. Like some people, children passed away. Was that God's will that happening? That he literally planned that whole entire thing? I'm just saying. But let's continue. Shout out to everybody who's in the building on I 9 Power. So with it again, brother preached. Sorry, I was looking at lineup while I was saying that. But shout out to everybody in the building. Salute to you. Try what's so with it, man. Been a while since you've been on the lounge. Welcome back. All right. Make sure I hit the thumbs up to support the channel. Once again, we're reacting to B. Simone and Sarah Shorter, and she is giving her perspective about being a wife to her husband. All right. So once again, make sure I hit the thumbs up to support the channel and let the algorithm know that you want more of this good conversation. All right. So let's go ahead and dive even deeper to this.
6-day intensive, and unintentionally, but it did happen this way, we actually waited until marriage because I was on my cycle and he don't want red lights. That's the only reason. Okay, so I'm not even gonna say
acting like I made God promise.
I did not. It just happened that way. But I do like that. If we have a daughter, I get to tell my daughter, your daddy waited for your mommy, you know, and it's true.
It's true. Waited till marriage.
It was 6 days
till we were married.
But, you know, it was what it was. And so I say that to say that I don't know, but I'm surrendered. That's really where I'm so free inside of, is this for me? And as long as I know that my husband also trusts the plan of God, the plan for us, the plan for our lives, the plan for us of mothers and fathers, and maybe that's not biological children, maybe it's the community.
Come on.
Maybe it's in retreats. Maybe, I don't know what it looks like, but I'm really in a season of allowing. And I will have to be very strong in the sense of, because I do feel like I've done everything right, and I do speak to women that allow men to baby mama them. A lot of those women that are so mad about me telling the truth about how our wife value is diminished, the more children you have by the more men, more men you have, multiple children having with multiple men and never been married, your wife value is lower. And I don't care what anyone says, we can argue till we blue in the face.
And tell me, what does that mean?
It means the odds of a high value masculine man with a ton of options. Let me just ask you a question. A man, there are not very many high value masculine great men out here.
Okay.
Right? Let's say that they are the 4 6s. People want 6 figures, over 6 feet tall, 6 inches and a 6-pack. Right? That's
Shit, she been watching Kevin Samuels. You go, girl, quoting Kevin Samuels framework. Man, get it.
people are equating to a successful man, which is crazy to me, but that's a whole different story for a different day.
I'm like, that's not my definition.
Right, not
Let's
mine
just
either.
get that clear.
Right.
Okay.
Society's definition. So when you look...
No, we're not going to do that. You better give Kevin Samuels credit because that's his framework right there. She literally quoted that dude's framework. Give the Godfather one some credit, girl. Stop tripping.
Look at those things. They have those 4 6s. It's a very small group of people. So this very small group of people,
like literally,
right? So if there's 100,000, well, let's say if there's 100, there's only 10. Why would these 10 men choose women that have never gotten commitment, that have only ever gotten baby mamaed? That means you have bad decision-making skills. If you're going to allow a man that you met, and most women, let's talk about it, are getting pregnant in the first 3 to 6 months of even meeting somebody. You didn't powerfully choose this person. You don't know them. You don't know this person. You don't know their DNA. You don't know what they're like. And oftentimes, a lot of these men don't want to have a child with you.
So let's be clear. You're saying it diminishes the wife value.
Yes.
You're not saying, and I'm asking, this is the question, it diminishes your value as a woman, as a human, you're saying wife value.
Yes.
The wife value of you being on the market to these 10 men out of 100.
Yes.
We're not saying you as a human, as a person,
Right.
as you're not less valuable and less worthy or all of these things.
Facts.
We're talking about wife value.
Yes.
Yes, and that's what I say over here time and time again. Because a lot of times I even have to correct my brothers because they misinterpret the things that Kevin Samuel was saying when he was alive. You know what I mean? So when he was talking about that, high value and different things like that, you have to know the context that he's putting it in, you know. Some conversations he's talking about high value, like he's literally talking about women who's trying to go after these celebrity type of men, you know what I mean? He'll put it in that context. But when he's speaking in generality about common people who's dating and relating right, he's talking about what they're saying right now about high value. Okay? Where a woman value will immediately diminish. The more she end up becoming part of feminist ideology, the more she end up not being connected to a man, the more that she don't understand her role and purpose as a woman and how the way she's supposed to be as a woman, her value immediately diminishes. The more children she have out of wedlock by Pookies and Ray Rays and different things like that, her value diminishes a lot, tremendously. That is how the way it is. That's why Kevin Samuels was trying to tell them over and over again about this. Like, hey, if you're trying to literally look for an actual high value man, you can't go after them celebrities who are making these six figures. You have to go after these men who are literally or high value to you. Well, where you at? The blue collar workers, the white collar workers. But at the same time, he was getting on the men as well too, because there were men that was coming over there who was misinterpreting what Kevin Samuels was saying, because the men had what was known as red pill rage, where they had a very incredibly bad decision of dating these type of women who took advantage of them. And they're raging over them now. And so he was even correcting them type of men and letting them know, like, brother, now, you know, where you at in life? Oh, I don't know, Kevin, you know, sure, I'm thinking about doing this, I'm thinking about doing that. And he'll get on them and correct them. Facts. But let's continue. Dre, what's up with it, man?
Got it.
It is diminished. So when that happens, so those women that are so mad that I say that, and they come up with everything that you a pick me, you a this, you a that, blah, 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 blah.
Dre color.
Those women, they can't wait to say, oh, you can't even have kids.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Oh, you thought you were doing.
Hold on, real quick. Dre called B. Simone a burrito. That's funny as hell. He called her a bird Aida. He called her a half bird and a half Aida. That's funny as hell, man. Hey, I got to use that one, bro, man. That's funny as hell, man. Dang, man.
Doing it right. Oh, but that's a lot of women are this way. Even like my husband. Do you know that my husband has immediately become more attractive just because I'm his wife?
Oh, well, yeah, that happens.
Because people want to knock me off the pedestal.
Yeah.
Because they want to say, oh, I thought that and some people are listening and be like, I don't know what she's talking about. But there are women right now plotting on my husband. And this is the thing. I have no control. I don't think that's who my husband is. I really don't. There's a lot of things I think my husband would do. Cheating just ain't one of them.
Is that a non-negotiable?
The truth is, and I'm gonna be so transparent, and I've said this on my show. The truth is, I don't feel like a man having sex with another woman means he loves me less.
I believe that. I believe that. But
you're right.
Interesting.
And if you lie and you're deceptive and you want to betray me on that level, how could we? How I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, I can't respect you. If I can't respect you, how do you have a marriage? So why would you desecrate our marriage in that way?
So, question, let me ask y'all this question. Based on what Sarah just said, right, do you agree with her assessment on that? Because she said that she don't believe that if her husband were to cheat on her, that means that he doesn't love her less. Do y'all agree with her on that? Or do y'all disagree with her on that? Because I believe that this is a very interesting conversation. This is a very interesting point that she's making. Let me ask you this, gentlemen. Those of y'all who have cheated before, right? And I'm only talking about the men who cheated before. Those of y'all who cheated before, in a relationship. They use literally in a committed relationship, all right? Monogamous relationship. Those of y'all who cheated, when you cheated, did you still have the same level of love after when you cheated? Or did it change? And be honest. Let me know in the comment section. Did you have the same level of love for the person that you cheated on? Or did that love change? Because I'm kind of curious to want to hear y'all perspective on this. Because with some people, when they cheat, it's a reasoning to why they're cheating. It ain't just because they had a sexual appetite and different things like that. Normally, when a man is in a monogamous relationship and he's been committed to that woman, the cheating is different. It means that some type of disconnection had happened between him and the woman that he's in a committed relationship with that caused this behavior to happen. So I'm kind of curious to want to know if y'all agree with what she's talking about, that this man still love her. Because to be honest with you, Jim, I'm not sure about this one. I'm not entirely sure on this one. I can't give you like a general consensus on this. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm asking y'all about this, because I'm really curious about this. It kind of make me want to take this particular point right here and do a separate episode just strictly talking about that. But what do y'all think? So go in the comments and stuff, see what y'all think. Ronnie, what's up with it, bro? Welcome back. I do believe guys are able to engage sexually without any intimacy, like commitment and different things like that. Facts, got it. I said, nope, I did it for the balance. Gotcha. What say y'all who are tuning in watching right now? You're probably catching the replay of the stream as well too. What say you? Do you agree with what Sarah is saying, where she said that she still believed that her husband still loved her, even after when he cheated? Or do you have a different perspective on that? Or do you have a different outlook on that? Now, another reason why I necessarily can't answer this is because I really haven't been in a relationship where I technically cheated on a woman. Okay? The closest type of relationship that I had, right, it was when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? When I was in my mid-20s or whatever. But, however, it was the woman who cheated on me first. So the woman ended up cheating on me first. And so out of retaliation, I was like, shoot, you cheated on me, then I get a cheat back. That was my mindset when I was young. You cheating on me, I get a cheat back. I get a get out of cheat pass. And that's literally what I did. So in my mind, in a sense, I'm not cheating because she already cheated. But it wasn't, I never been in a relationship where I blatantly cheated on someone as a result of whatever that's going on in the relationship. I never been the one to initiate that because, gentlemen, my mindset is kind of different. Okay. My mindset is this. It's already tough as it is dealing with one woman. It's already hard as hell dealing with this one woman. Why in the hell would I put myself into a situation where I'm balancing two women? The main woman and the lover. Why would I do that? That's stressful. That is stressful as hell to me. Why would I do that? But that's my mindset. But there are other people out there, they don't think about it like that. They just go ahead and do it and deal with whatever the consequences that comes behind it. But I think this is very interesting, brothers that she said it on the cool though. I now say this. Yep, she disconnected first, so it was no need to be a husband when you don't have a wife. And Ronnie said this. Maybe he still loved her. He couldn't possibly like her to do something like that. Got you. But let's continue with the stream, y'all.
And I chose a person that looks at cheating the same way.
Okay.
I chose a person that I believe in my heart of hearts, he's not the man. If he goes to a strip club, this man is literally eating wings watching a game. He ain't throwing no ones on a woman. And even if he did, he doesn't. But even if he did, I'm not pressed. I trust.
You trust him.
Wait a minute. Is she insinuating that if a man go to a strip club, that's considered cheating? Damn. God damn. I don't know about that one. If that's what she's saying. Because I put it to you this way. Now, me personally, I don't do the strip club thing because, to be honest with you, the times that I went to strip clubs, it's all dirty and stinky. It smelled like coochie in there, and smelled like people smashing each other all up in there, and it got cigarette smoke. And the only thing that's good in there, to be honest with you, is the actual food. I don't know why the food is good at strip clubs. It's weird as hell, but the food is actually really good. Their food is almost like a 4 or 5 star restaurant in a damn strip club. I don't know why that is, but that's the one thing that's really good going on in the strip club. Or maybe the reason why the food is good is because when I go to a strip club, I'll be already buzz as hell when I went there. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. But when I go there, I'll be so bored. Them women be all sweating and things and stuff, right? And they be so thirsty too, bro. They be desperate for you to give them a $20 lap dance and stuff, man. They be desperate to take you to the boom boom room so they can make some extra money out for you. On the cool, though. And then I also had this other mindset right there. I didn't believe in paying for something that I could freely get. Now, keep in mind, there are other brothers out there who believe in, prostitution and different things like that. They have to pay to play. You have dudes who are known as tricks. They do the same as that thing. They pay to play. It is what it is. But I knew that at any given time, I have access to that. So when the times that I went with my homeboys and stuff, I really wasn't entertained by being there, other than me eating the food, and getting some drinks. But other than that, I really wasn't entertained. My homies that was there, hey, look, boy, look, smacking and everything, getting a lap dance. They on the time of their life, and I'm over here chilling, eating wings at the bar. Like, all right, yeah, go. When we leaving? But that doesn't mean personally, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just like what James say, hey, each of your own, but I'm just saying, damn. Love you, cuz. What's up with it, brother? Welcome to the lounge, man. He said, fellas, if you're not married to her, it's not a such thing as cheating. We're not her possession if it is not legally binding. And to be honest with you, Love you, cuz, you are correct to a certain extent. Okay? You're correct to a certain extent. Now, the legal part, yes, you're absolutely on point on that. But however, if you believe in, any type of spirituality, or if you believe in any type of religion, the moment when you and that woman confess to each other with God watching you and say that y'all want to be in a committed, monogamous relationship, that is the textbook definition of a covenant. And then right after, when y'all make that commitment, right, guess what y'all do? Y'all have sex. You want to know what that's called? Consummating your vows. Because you literally made a vow to each other, correct? You said before God, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. Hey, I want you to be my boyfriend. Hey, I want us to cohabitate and live together with each other. And we're going to do this, that, and that, and that. That is a vow that you telling each other before the eyes of God. So the other part of that is, Also, in that technical sense, you're married. That's a covenant. That is absolutely a covenant. But people don't think about it like that. People want to think about it like, how we was reacting to Ace Metaphor last night, where Ace Metaphor said that, well, shoot, you're single until you're married, but this fool here in all these different covenant relationships. You're single until you're married. And this is the reason why they say that people be having these soul ties. But we don't think about it like that. But yo, good comment, bro. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the comment. There are a million other things in this world to do. Yeah, facts. I agree with you, man. I agree. But let's continue, y'all.
Husband, I trust him so. This man would die for me. And I know that for a fact. Like the way that he has shown up for me, even like the visions of what I thought marriage was supposed to be. Here's a small example. Me growing up, my dad doesn't eat if my mom doesn't cook. My mom is also a 6-figure earning woman, but she is traditional. They are ride or die best friends. When my dad was in an injury, and at the time, yes, he was getting disability, but he couldn't support the household the same way. My mom had a full-time job, was going to school full-time, had all of us kids, my dad's injury, all having a life, and also trying to make sure we weren't homeless. She still made him head of household, right? So when I tell you what I've seen, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Your mom and making your dad the head of the household, and what you see in your husband. You trust your husband.
Yes.
Yep.
So my dad does not eat if my mom doesn't cook.
Yes.
It's a whole thing, right?
Yes.
Now, I thought that's how I'm supposed to be as a wife. This is what I'm telling you. Before I got married, I thought I knew everything about being a wife. I know how to be selfless. I know how to show up. I know how to be sexy. I remember growing up one time, pulling this pink stretchy thing out the couch, being like, what's this? And my mom being like, me and your dad were having fun. Give me this. You know what I mean? Like, I know my mom, me and my mom
Keeping
and
it
my
spicy.
sisters, we used to go shopping for matching underwear, and not to be sexy for your man, but to be sexy for yourself. And that's just a benefit that he gets to reap. My mom has taught us so many different things.
How to be a woman,
yes.
how to be a lady,
yes.
how to be romanticized,
yes.
romanticizing your life, and
yes.
showing up in your feminine.
Girl, yes. And sometimes it's to the detriment to her. And I didn't realize that until I got sick while I was with Brock, while we were married. And when I tell you I was out for the count, I never get sick. Like, I had a migraine, you turn on lights, I'm hurting. And anytime Brock is sick, I make him this concoctioned up tea. It's spices and water and ginger and lemon and turmeric and garlic and all the things. He don't know how to make it, but every time he's sick, I make him this tea and whatever. So I get sick. Girl, this man, usually when I'm down and out, I don't even want you to see me. Just leave me alone. Just let me, I'm still trying to check on you. Are you okay? Do you need anything? He's like, girl, go lay down. Then he went to the grocery store. He bought all the spices for the tea, didn't know how to make it, brought me up hot water in a cup with the spices lined up on a tray so that I could make my own tea in the bed and rest. I have never experienced a love that was so non-performative, that was so filled with partnership, where their core values, and I already know your values. This will be our 4th Christmas together. 4th.
So y'all know I was about to say something about that partnership thing, but I'm gonna let her continue. But one thing that I do want to point out is this: it's good that her husband know her that well, right? He know her that well about how to make that tea, but I would say this. This is one of them things where even as us as men, we should always be one to learn. We have to learn how to balance our pride and our ego and allow ourselves to be teachable. Okay? What I mean by that? In this situation, that should be something that he should have allowed her to teach him how to do. Just in case that situation were to happen where she's not able to do it. I'm going to give y'all another example. With me and my wife, right? I know how to do a whole lot of things, right? But she necessarily didn't know how to do it until she got married to me. So guess what I did? When there was certain type of things that I knew I was really skilled at and how to do, like around the house or how to take care of different things like that, right? I taught her. I literally showed her how to do it. Like, look, this is how you do it. You do this and that and that and that. I also taught her how to handle situations. Like, say, for example, if anything were to happen to the vehicles or whatever, I literally gave her step-by-step plan of how to handle that situation if I'm not able to do it. This goes to the old saying, each one teach one. If you are the CEO of your company, right, what are you doing? As a CEO, you're sharing all your wisdom and knowledge to your employees so the business could be as successful as possible, just in case you won't be able to do it. Same thing about being in a relationship. If you are the CEO of your household, it is your responsibility as a man to equip your woman or your wife to make sure that she could do certain functionalities, especially if you're not able to do it. But the only way that's going to happen, gentlemen, is that we got to get over, this pride and ego. We have to, another thing too, we have to get over this whole concept about gender roles and stuff too. Now, I want y'all to understand this. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with gender roles. What I'm saying is that when it comes to that concept, right, it shouldn't be the strictly a man got to do this and a woman strictly got to do this in that aspect. Because what if you're not able to take the trash out? What if your wife is not able to cook for you? How is it going to be taken care of? That's what I'm saying. It has to be common sense. But let's continue.
Christmas. I spent Christmas with him and his family. My first Christmas, even in Atlanta, I didn't have anybody here. He said, "Come over. You can come over." Meanwhile, he sent the girl home that stayed the night before, and she was mad that I got to come over.
I'll about get ready to say it, brother.
So I say that to say,
I'll about get ready to say it. Y'all already know I don't subscribe to that partnership thing at all. Period. I really don't. I really don't. But I just let her have that one for that moment. I just let her have it for that one.
I trust my husband. And when people say things like, "Oh, how are you gonna?" I trust my husband. Maybe I am delusional. Okay, and if that happens, let it happen.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But I'm
Rebuke
not
that in the name of Jesus.
Yeah. I'm not.
I trust my husband. I'm not even worried about that.
I don't. I'm not.
Glory be to God.
I will not.
Ooh, I love that.
Because it's crippling.
Hold on, y'all. I got something to say about this traveling stuff. Now, y'all already know.
Oh, yeah.
I looked at everything. I knew what everything was going on. I'm on the Shade Room. I'm on this blog. I'm on this. Okay, this was posted. This was reposted. This was clipped up. I was on everything.
Yeah.
I looked at everything.
Yeah.
And I think that was to my demise.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't healthy. And me being off for now 10 months, going on 10. At this point, I'm about to be off for a year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for somebody to run my social so I don't have to have the apps on my phone.
Yeah. Because
I've realized I've been on the internet for over 15 years.
Whew.
I started YouTubing back in 2011.
Wow.
Back in 2013, so I started on MySpace. I started on, Pinterest and all of these things. And 15 years of constantly strangers' opinions. And then it's almost like the more recent 5, 6, 7, after Black Lives Matter, the world shift.
Yeah, but
2020 and COVID and Black Lives Matter, so many things shifted. There was just an offense that came with it, so much pain and so much trauma and so much social things that we just dealt with after that season of Black Lives Matter and COVID, and it became a more sensitive place to be. Even I think about my old videos that went viral that gave me my name and my platform. I would never be able to say that stuff today, ever. All of it would be on a blog. It wouldn't be funny. It wouldn't be applauded. It wouldn't be agreeable. I'm like, some of that stuff today, if I post, and it was not really controversial.
Right.
It was just like me ranting in my car, like, girl, please, like, why did I, whatever I was saying. And all those clips are still up if you want to scroll back to 2014. But I'm like, if I posted it today, it would be a total different reaction. So I think the internet is just a sensitive place where everybody has an opinion.
Yes.
Offense is so high.
Yes.
And for me to have been off for almost a year now, I'm like, whoa, I didn't realize how deep I was in it.
Yeah.
It's almost like you know you have true peace until you get it. And you're like, so all that chaos, that toxicity, that every relationship isn't like that. We don't yell at each other in every relationship, or every man doesn't cheat, or until you experience the light, you don't understand how deep in the dark you truly were.
Yeah.
And I think that's my experience with the internet. I'm like, for me, this isn't everybody's story.
Right.
For me, it was an addiction. It was like, my friends would be like, hey girl, like we're at dinner. Did you hear what I just said? And I'm like,
on your phone.
But it gave me it was not only my career, not only validation, not only money.
Yes.
It was my job, but now it's feeding my ego. It was, I wanted to know what the world thought about me all the time.
Yeah.
Girl. Baby, thank you God for delivering. Some went viral recently. I didn't even know.
You did.
I'm at Whole Foods having a matcha, and I'm like,
for the hat.
For the hat. I said, baby, what about a hat? Only hat I know that's on my head is this wig. I don't know. I said, well, the little girl hat, I bought the hat. Da-da-da. All this stuff going viral about the hat. I'm like, oh, they won't care in 2 weeks. I'm tanning.
Literally.
I feel great.
Yes.
But the reality is, it took almost a year to get there. A year of solitude, a year of removing myself, a year of, think about an alcoholic that's addicted to alcohol.
Yeah.
If you've been sober for a year, you don't say, oh, I've been doing good. Let me just put wine in the fridge.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What are the boundaries you keep in place to stay in this disciplined, healed, peaceful mindset?
Yeah.
So for me, I can't see myself having the apps back on my phone, at least like not right now.
Yeah.
And it might be never.
Right.
I'm like, when I want to get on Instagram, I'll pull out my laptop maybe once a day for 30 minutes, or if I need to. But other than that, I'm so free and peaceful that it allows me to walk in the vision and the gifts God gave me without noise, projection, without comparison, without what do they think? And now I'm tweaking my vision based off what you think. No, that ain't what God said.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
Drown out the noise and do what he told you in your prayer room.
Yes.
So I'm finally there.
Yes.
And I'm so, girl, this episode, they could, and I'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
But a real okay.
Yes.
You know, back in the day, I had to be like, okay, it's okay. It don't matter. You know who you are. You training yourself to believe it.
Yep.
Now I believe it.
Yes.
And I'm like, ugh, I'm out of hiding. Like, I'm so.
So, as annoying as B. Simone is, right, I have to agree with her on this. Gentlemen, I want y'all to consider what I'm going to say, all right? I want y'all to understand that this content creation game, this YouTube game, getting up here and be able to get on the mic and be able to like hold an audience, regardless if they agree with you or not. This is not an easy thing to do at all in no matrix. It's not. What people is constantly critiquing you, they critiquing, how the way you articulate yourself. They're critiquing you by how the way you dress. They critiquing you by any little crazy thing. They critiquing you about your life, wherever it is. You know what I mean? You be having trolls. You be having bots. You be having all these different things that be happening to you all at the same time within this content creation game. And it is, gentlemen, it is not easy. It's not easy work. And I'm talking about the real content creation game. I'm not talking about these Negroes that you see, on socials where they get up and strike up a StreamYard and they sit up here having panel discussions. That's easy. That's simple. That's simple stuff. Because it's a group of them and they're all saying something at the same time. And so, it's easy to do that. But I'm talking about, for us like what I'm doing, where I'm literally by myself. I don't have no panel of people. I don't have no co-hosts or anything like that. And I'm literally holding a conversation with y'all. That is not an easy thing to do. It's not. It is not easy. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of planning. And most of all, it takes a lot for you to discipline yourself to where you have tough skin, to think about it. I think about it in this perspective. I came from a background of social work, right? But I also came from a background of dealing with a lot of customer service as well, too. One of the biggest things that I learned in social work and customer service is this. Not that customers is always right bullshit. I'm not talking about that. I had learned this. I had learned that don't take things personally. And I had to train myself that way. I had to discipline myself that way to not take things personally. Because when you take things personally, guess what's going to happen? You're going to crash out. You're going to have people who is known as trolls who are going to constantly try to trigger you because they want that moment to happen over and over again because that's their personal entertainment and that's their personal satisfaction. You know, Kevin Samuels, one of the things that I respected a lot about Kevin Samuels is that he had such a level of stoicism about himself where he didn't allow people to bring him there. He had a level where he could control the room. Especially when he had his shows where he had his call-in shows, right? He had a way where he can control the room where it was zero tolerance. While at the same time, he's maintaining his stoic frame. Gentlemen, it's not a lot of people who can do that, especially in content creation, who could do that. So that's why I'm letting you know, gentlemen, we're going to continue. That's why I'm letting you know that this content creation game it's no joke. It is no joke. So if you are like, say for example, you subscribe to my channel now, and I appreciate it, Jim. I appreciate y'all supporting everything. But if you subscribe to other content creators' channel and they are some great, phenomenal content creators, right? Make sure that, y'all honor and respect that because the work that they do is not easy, man. It really not. It really not. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Catherine, for that excellent work. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, it's not easy work. But make sure, y'all take the time out and just honor that and just give them, they respect. But let's continue.
So excited to feel that because on the opposite end of it, I know what that opposite feels like, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks to doubt your identity at the hands of people that only know you from a 30-second clip.
Ooh.
It's sick.
Ooh.
It's sick.
Girl.
And if 30 seconds of your life was on the internet, you wouldn't even be able to walk an inch in my shoes. I'm not going to say a mile. You wouldn't even be able to put my shoes on.
Say that.
Because of what God has called us to carry with the platform and with the noise of the world. It's a part of the cross we have to carry.
Yes.
But if I'm walking in obedience, whatever comes with that, it rolls off of me like water.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
And I can say that honestly now. If I was on a blog tomorrow, as long as it ain't nothing I need to apologize about, my team don't even let me know.
Right.
I don't give a damn.
Right.
I don't care if I'm viral for the week.
Yes.
The next week is going to be another celebrity and another clip and another podcast and another whoever.
Yes.
But unless it's something I truly need to address,
yes.
that, we can drop the ball. We can say, okay, let me say something about that. Let me address that.
Yeah.
I said it publicly. Maybe that didn't come off the right way.
Yeah.
But I'm not apologizing for nothing anymore.
At all.
Nothing. I'm so grounded in my identity now. And I'm excited about this season.
Yes. I've been leaning into the comments.
I know that's right.
I've been doubling down on the comments.
I know that's right.
And I think for me, I'm the opposite. I used to be nice and just not say anything. And I used to just read comments and be like, oh my God, like that's
they don't get it.
Yeah, like I don't know how else I could say this. Now I'm looking for it.
Come on.
Because honestly, a lot of people create more content for more conversations about things that need to be clarified for women that want, because this is the thing too, and I say this all the time just for clarity, I'm not speaking to women
generally.
Right. No. If you want a high value, high earning masculine man, or you want a high value masculine man, there are certain things that will disqualify you from having that man. End of story. It's not even really a discussion. It's like if you're a doctor, you had to go to school to become a doctor. I can't expect this person that's never been to doctor school in his life to perform heart surgery. It's not realistic. But when people, and I feel like that's given me a sense of groundedness almost inside of, no, we could talk about it, because they be calling me every name, girl. And I'm like,
pick me. Oh, you on the man side.
But you know what?
All these things.
You know what's crazy?
You're male centered.
Yes.
Do you think women are just more uncomfortable with accountability?
Yes. I'm not male centered. I'm nuclear family centered, which requires a woman to respect a man. And honestly, I think most women are dating for ego. They're not dating for partnership in life. They're dating so that they can show their friends at work they've been chosen. They're dating so they can post on Instagram they've been chosen. But as far as actually doing the work where you're happy, where you're excited to do for your partner,
in real life,
and in real time, outside of trips and bags and all that, we are in a prostitution era.
It's a joke.
We're not even inside of a real partnership era, and it is to the detriment of the family. So if what I say, and I believe we are fully engrossed into a prostitution era right now, a woman will sleep with you because you brought her to dinner.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. The bar is so low. And so I feel like I've been saying, if I'm a pick me, you're a skip me.
What does that mean?
They skipping you. They ain't even looking in your direction. Because this is the thing. If any woman that calls another woman a pick me, to think that I'm a pick me because I want to love on my husband, to think that I'm a pick me because I want to respect my man, to think that I'm a pick me because I talk about being mindful of your tone and lowering your volume, to think that I'm a pick me because I'm talking about how to be a woman, a lady, to be feminine, you're a skip me. Because that means you are the antithesis to all of these things. You're probably one of those women that say, I don't need a man. And that's probably why you don't have one.
No, I don't say that now. I need my husband.
Now, once again, let me correct her on this, all right? She's technically not a pick-me, because once again, the definition of a pick-me in these spaces is simply a woman who is single and she's trying to look for a man, but however, she subscribes to the nuclear family dynamics of her role as a woman to get that man. That's pretty much what a pick-me is. All right? So since she's married, she's not a pick-me. She's not a pick-me at all, period. All right? All she is just a married woman who values traditional values. She's not part of this neo relationship type things. Technically, in a sense, she's not in this neo relationship type thing, other than her mention about this partnership bullshit that she keeps saying over and over again. But we kind of giving her a pass on that one. There's a little bit of pass. We're giving her a little bit of pass on that partnership thing. But other than that, she believes in a nuclear family household. She believes in allow her husband to fulfill his role as a man, where he's not only the provider and protector, but he's also the leader of the household. She's also subscribing to her role of the clear definition of being a Proverb 31 wife, as they talk about in the Bible. Right? So she's literally operating and demonstrating these particular things. Okay? So it's all good. It's all good in the hood with her. But yeah, it's crazy that when you hear women speaking like this, right? Other women will look at this as, her, defending men, or, it could be misogynist, whoever they want to call the crazy stuff, right? It's kind of weird that they say stuff like that. Really weird. But yeah, she cooking. She absolutely cooking. I agree with it. I do. I'm for it.
I need my husband.
Girl.
Where is he at? I need my covering. I need my husband. I need you to even have a baby.
Yes.
You need a man. Yes. I need a leader and a protector. Somebody come help around this hoe.
And that's what I'm saying. We're not meant to lead the way that we're leading right
100%.
now. The hierarchy of the home is just completely inverted, and even, we went pretty viral, and I should ask you this question, and be careful of your answer, because you might go viral. But one of the questions on my show, they said, scenario, you and your husband are on a boat in the middle of the ocean with your small child, 2 or 3 years old. Your husband and baby get lodged into the water. You can only save one. The other will die. Who are you saving?
Jesus.
You can't say Jesus.
I
What
don't
the
know
hell?
if this is there's a biblical answer?
Yep.
Is there a biblical answer?
Yes.
The first answer that came to my mind was my husband. That
Okay.
sounds crazy though.
It doesn't sound crazy
Is
to
that
me
right?
at all. Yes, that's biblically, yes. Biblically, yes. That is right.
Ah!
So that's what I said. My husband in the Bible, your husband is the covering. He is the head of your household. And when two become
naturally,
one, no, there is no
do you think
naturally.
you would jump for your baby?
I wouldn't.
That's terrifying.
And also,
you don't know.
I'm speaking from logic, not experience,
Okay,
right? I don't know. I don't know.
okay.
But I feel like you're once in a lifetime, platinum needle in a haystack, covering husband, confidant, best friend, ace boon coon.
Yeah.
And women are like, I could get another husband. No, because that's the difference. Y'all are married. You don't know what it means to be husband and wife. Husband and wife is once in a lifetime. Married, everybody's getting married. That's why divorce is 70 whatever percent that women are initiating. Because we're sold a dream. We're sold a dream of, it's supposed to look this way. But the second that you got to be accountable, the second that you have to be mindful of your voice, the second that you have to regulate your own emotions, the second that you have to stop taking things so personally, now we got a problem. Now I don't want to be a wife anymore. I'm not happy. What does that mean?
Baby, let me tell you something. I asked the elder. I asked somebody of wisdom. And are you happy?
So real quick, let's deal with the scenario that she's talking about, and I believe that this is an important conversation. So, in the scenario that Sarah just said, right? She said that, hey, if you are in an absolute life and death situation, you have to choose between your husband and your child. Which one would you do? Now, Sarah, she said that she wouldn't even think about it. She would absolutely make sure that her husband is being saved. What do y'all think about that? Now, when you look at this from a feminist perspective or a single mother perspective, naturally in their nature, they're going to try to save their child. And then she brought up the point that, hey, you could get another husband. But the counter to that is that they say that you could get another child. She could say that, well, there's only one of him or your husband. You're not going to be able to never find another person just like your husband. The counter to that, or what they say is, well, you won't be able to find another child like that. You're not going to never get another child with that personality. So I'm kind of curious. What say y'all? In this scenario, what would you do? And this goes for both the men and the women who are watching this show tonight, or if you're catching the replay of the show. Which one would you do? What would be the most logical solution to this? What do y'all think? I know that y'all thinking like, man, I am dying to hear Urban's perspectives on this, because I know Urban going to have a perspective about this. I do. But I want to hear what y'all would do in that scenario. What would be y'all's solution to this particular riddle? How will y'all handle this? Sandra said this. Sandra said, sacrifice the baby and save your wife or husband. Why? Because you can reproduce another child after getting through that sacrifice. My boy Adnan, he said the foundation is the foundation. So what would y'all say? Those of y'all who are watching right now and catch the replay, what would be the solution? What would you do? Y'all ready to hear my response? Here's the solution. Here's the most logical solution that I would do. In that same scenario, right, this is what I would do. I will literally die trying to save both of them. I will absolutely give it my full all, even if it's me giving my life. I will absolutely give my life to do my best to save both of them. Because that's me thinking logically about this, right? I believe that both of their life is just as equally as important. That's the first part of it. And the second part of it is that it is my duty as a man to do what? To protect and to provide. But the big part is to protect. When you protect, what are you doing? You're literally giving your life to protect. So I will absolutely do my very best to give my life so I could protect both of them. Or die trying doing it. It wouldn't be no, maybe this one, maybe. No, to me, it wouldn't be that way at all, period. I'll be, you got to get both of them. Y'all both got to live. Or I'm going to definitely die trying making it happen. But that is me. That's me.
Unhappiness is not a reason for divorce.
I don't ever. Go get happy. Go get happy. What makes you happy? And why have you not done the work? And more so than not doing the work, if over time you've allowed space, which allows disconnection, which allows that space for resentment to grow inside of. So now I feel like I'm over here, you're over there. You don't want to do the work that created the disconnect, to overcome the disconnect, right? So now you've allowed compounding feelings, compounded upset, compounded resentment. You've allowed all of these things to put us like this. Are you willing to do the work? Most people are like, nope, it's too hard. I'm going to quit, take all the lessons they learned from this relationship, and then go do the same exact thing in a new relationship.
Wow.
That's what people be doing. So it's so crazy to me when people say, or women say, I'm not happy. You know why you're not happy? Not you, but women out there. You're not happy because you expect that man to move like a woman. You didn't marry a woman, you married a man. Men are not emotional. Men don't want to talk. Most masculine men, they're not going to talk all day, every day.
No. That's another. I already said this last night about this, so I'm going to say it tonight because I know we got a new audience over here, all right? She does mention about that men are not emotional. That is wrong, brothers. That is not wrong. Once again, that is a talking point that people misunderstood what Kevin Samuels was saying. Okay. So let me unclarify this again. When he was saying that men are not emotional, that is not true. What he's saying is this. He's saying that with men, what we tend to do is that we use logic and intellect first over our emotions. But however, women use their emotions first, then logic and reasoning afterwards. Okay? But in both of them situations, both men and women have emotions. We have emotions and we also have a thing known as feelings. If you sit up here and say as a man that you don't have feelings and emotion, then that means you are not human. That means that you literally do not belong on this planet. You belong on Jupiter or somewhere, or wherever type of race. I don't know. Planet X, Nubro, wherever the hell you belong. That's where you belong. Because every human on this planet has emotions. Hell, there are a lot of species of animals and insects and different things like that that have some form of emotions. So yes, us as men, we absolutely have emotions. We have feelings. Because if that wasn't the case, then we wouldn't have this thing known as gender wars. If we didn't have emotions, we wouldn't give a damn about how women feel about us. We wouldn't give a damn if a woman was emasculating us, right? Because we don't have no feelings and emotions tied into that. But in reality, we do. Now, one last thing that I want y'all to understand this clearly is this. Another point that Kevin Samuels was making, but he didn't say it. He's not going to say it the way I'm saying it. Men do not supposed to be hyper emotional. Okay? Once again, men don't supposed to be hyper emotional. Were they allowing this overall feelings and emotion overcome what is common sense? And they start functioning like that. All right? But let's continue.
They're covering the home. They're paying the bills.
They're mission focused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is why we as women are blessed to have girlfriends. That's why we as women, it's so important for us to have tribe so that we can talk about the things. Yes, we can talk about the things that rub us the wrong way in life, in relationship, and only have one or two in relationship, but in life.
Right.
Because your husband isn't going to talk about all these things. Right? So I in my mind, I think that a lot of women have a very distorted idea of what it actually means to be a wife and aren't willing to do the work, which is why it's women that are initiating divorce. Men are marrying a woman because he's saying, I'm choosing you and I'm going to stick with you. Women are saying, I'm choosing you, but you need to be who I need you to be. And when you're not that, I'm going to leave you. It's statistically proven because you're not happy. Irreconcilable differences. What does that mean? Do the work. So for me, divorce isn't on the table for me at all. The only thing that could make me divorce my husband, because I know who I chose. Now that's the important part, right? You have to choose
Before
a person.
you've been to this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the only thing, and this isn't who he is, but if Brock started beating me up, but then I'm not divorced, I'm a widow.
Was so with it, bro.
And I'm serving life in prison. You think I'm joking? I'm not.
But then I'm not divorced. I'm a widow. So next question.
I'm a widow.
Yes.
And this is, he knows I'm a crazy. I know he's a crazy. I asked him, I said, baby, if you came home with me and I was with another man, what would you do? He was like, murder, suicide. There's no hesitation.
So why, and I think a lot of women speak to this, why so bold about the domestic violence and not the cheating?
I think because, first of all, cheating to me, I think there's a difference between cheating and an agreement. And I think a lot of women are in a full-blown agreement saying that it's cheating. You know that this man is cheating.
You know he's a cheater.
Yeah. No, not that he's a cheater. You know that he is cheating on you and you chose to stay. That is an agreement. Stop calling it cheating.
Wow.
It's different. As opposed to this man is deceptively betraying you behind your back, sneaking around, lying, doing all those different things. Right? I didn't choose that person.
Come on.
I didn't choose that person. If anyone ever saw my husband out with another woman, I probably was like, well, guess we're polygamous now.
Damn.
I'm not joking. We have had the conversation about it. Our line of communication is so direct and so honest and so transparent. I don't know what it's like to be married for 10 years, 20 years,
right.
30 years. I don't know.
I don't know what I'm going to say.
I might be sick of him too.
In 2045.
Right.
Give me a second to get there. Like,
and if it's like, okay, I get to have another, and this is the thing. I will never say never to nothing, right? If there's a younger woman that's going to help with the kids, it's going to help with the house, it's going to whatever, and now she's a part of our family, I don't know. Do I see that for me?
Stop, Sarah.
I don't see that for me. However, is it impossible? I can't say it's impossible.
Okay, I get that.
You know what I mean? Like right now,
I can't say it's impossible when I'm 56.
Right, I can't.
I don't know what I'm going to say.
That's still young.
Let that young hoe help.
Right, yes.
Hey, bro literally got him a diamond in the rough wife for real. She literally said like, look, hey, he ended up stepping out and cheating. Then I guess we're in a polygamous relationship. I guess this is the direction we going. But even then, that lets you know the mindset of where she at is that even in situations like that, she still is at the end of the day trusting this dude's leadership. Okay, now. I'm not saying that I'm sitting up here condoning him going and stepping out and cheating on her, especially if they made that covenant to be in a monogamous relationship. I'm just talking about in the general sense that she trusts this dude's leadership so much that no matter what direction they going, she's going to follow him. It's very, very hard to find a woman who have that mindset like that. It's very hard to find a woman with that mindset like that. That's why in the Bible it said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and also favor with the Lord. Meaning that when you literally find this diamond in the rough, not just some old woman that you're attracted to and decide to get married to, but I'm talking about a literal wife who understand her assignment, who understand her duty as being a wife, which is a wife's duty is to be what? The helpmeet to the husband. That is her whole purpose. Not to be equal to the husband, not to be in partnership with the husband, but to literally be a helpmeet to the husband. If you find a wife who is like that, then guess what? You have won, and also you have won favor with God. Gentlemen, maybe that's the reason why when we enter into these relationships, right, them relationships don't be successful. Maybe that's the reason why. It's because we literally didn't find the actual wife and gain favor from God. Maybe that's the reason why. What do y'all think about that?
But 56 is still too young. I feel like when I'm like 66, and she like...
You said because at 56, I'm still going to be looking like Halle Berry.
Period. 55 is my prime.
I know that's right. The older I get, I'm like, I cannot wait.
Yes.
It just gets better and better and better and better and better and better.
Girl, yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just bold across the board.
You know, I'm just
so
open and we have communication, and when we get there, we get there.
Yes. I also you have to know your person. This is another thing.
Before you walk down my friend walked down the aisle and said, as I was walking down the aisle, I knew we were going to get a divorce. And went through with it anyway. And I'm not going to say my friend, somebody I know.
Yeah.
We're not friends.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear on these words I'm
Period.
using. Someone I know.
Yeah.
When I was walking down the aisle, I knew we were going to get a divorce. And you got the bouquet, you got the hair, you got the makeup, you got the church full, you got 200 guests,
What would you do?
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
My conviction is I couldn't do it.
Me too.
Oh God.
I couldn't.
I'll be like, everybody day finna be ruined.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be the hard. And you know how I know I wouldn't? Because I've made those decisions before.
Yeah. What does that mean? Say that in a different way.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Detriment that affects everybody. That I've gotten to the point of, yes. And I get right there and God says no.
Yes.
And you knew it was a no.
Yes.
10 yeses ago, but you ignored it.
Yes.
And now I'm going to make you feel it. I can't fight that conviction in that moment. I've made those decisions before. So
Yeah.
I know I would do it in that. Walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
If I know that this is God and I know, I couldn't do it.
Ooh, child.
I would ruin everybody's day.
I feel you.
Including mine.
I feel you. I
couldn't do it.
I've been
I couldn't
engaged
do it.
twice and called it off before. And I always used to say third time's
that's
a charm.
great.
But you know, at the third time I never got engaged. I was married before we got engaged. Yeah.
You and Brock?
Yeah.
Wait, he didn't propose?
No, he said, so no, he didn't. He proposed after, like a month, and I didn't even know he was going to propose. We secretly got married at the courthouse.
So y'all, okay, 6 days.
Yes.
Day 1, y'all talking about marriage. Day 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, what day were you like, we're getting married? Let's get married today.
He was like, what? Okay, so this is how it happened. Costa Rica for my birthday last year, a group of us went to Costa Rica.
Okay.
And obviously Brock was there. He's one of my closest friends. And honestly, I was dating another guy.
So y'all got to date. Sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but y'all got to date for like 3 years without
Yes.
sexual intimacy.
Yes.
Which is
Yes.
because you knew him.
Yes. Through and through.
That's
oh my
beautiful.
gosh. Like met this whole man's family. When he called his mom and said, "Mom, I'm getting married," because this was fast.
No. Sorry. No. We got to put context behind this, okay? We got to put context behind it. The reason why they didn't have no intimacy with each other is because they put each other in the friend zone. Okay? They had each other in the friend zone this whole entire time. Then finally, after they dated experience, they just say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's us get married. That's pretty much what they did.
Right? We weren't even committed to each other, but 6 days before we got married.
His mom said to Sarah.
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes. He's like, and then she was like, is she pregnant? And we both laughed. We were like, no. But we were in Costa Rica. We went and I was dating another guy. Now, dating does not mean relationship because they try to drag me on the internet talking about how Sarah broke up with her fiance to date this man, her friend, after 6 days. But no. Dating is a new person. I just started dating before Costa Rica. It had only been a couple weeks. Well, only been a little short amount of time. Now, I believe in date them all, don't sleep with any of them. Dating means it's the interview process. I'm getting to know you. Do I even like you? Everybody gets to become my friend. Friend-zoned men don't have an option to ever date me, ever. My friends, they're all eligible bachelors. Which one do I like the most? So if I know we could play Uno and we could karaoke, we could talk about all the things, you could tell me your woes and we could strategize in business. You can get an idea of how I am as a human, how I really move with those people that I care about. You're not in my friend zone. You're just a friend.
I'm gonna say this again because I know my homie Senna, she probably still watching. Once again, this validates what men been saying all this time about women. Because there's a saying that women say to my, yeah, I can have male friends. We're platonic. You may be thinking that you're platonic, but they don't think that they're platonic. Same thing with the person who's a friend zone. She talking about, she literally does, to be honest with you, she literally does lie. Because she said that if she put a person in the friend zone, then that means they got absolutely zero chance of being with her. But she lied on that bullshit because she ended up marrying her husband. And she clearly said that she put her husband in the friend zone. So that's why I say this. That's why I say that now, if you actually in a relationship, now you can't have no one opposite sex friends because they just waiting on their turn. They literally waiting on their turn, but I don't know why people don't think about it like that.
That currently I am not choosing, or you are not choosing me. We are not choosing each other.
So
I was getting to know, dating another person right before Costa Rica, but it messed me up when I went to Costa Rica because me and Brock synced like we had never synced before. So much so that I was like, what are we going to do when we get back? Like, what do we do? And he's like, I don't know. So we got back July 5th. From July 5th to August 12th, he was like, still had his little roster, juggling people, talking to girls. I'm still going out with the guy I was just going out with, getting to know, going to the movies, having conversations, talking, doing all the things, playing card games, tonk, et cetera, et cetera. And August 12th, he told me, you need to get rid of that dude. And I said, first of all, I'm not getting rid of nothing. I'm not letting go of a man that's marriage-minded to be your girlfriend. Because we had this conversation before. The reason why Brock and I had never committed to each other before is because he was just seeing how stuff was going. I want to be married. I want to be a wife. I want a husband. I want a covenant under God. Do you hear me? Like, I don't.
And keep in mind, she put him in the friend zone.
Don't want to be a situationship. There's nothing attractive about that. So he was like, all right, well, you need to get rid of him. I said, well, if I'm going to get rid of anybody, you need to get rid of all your girls too. So he was like, okay. So the next day I let go of the other guy and he let go of his girls. So now we're having conversations. August 18th, we got married. He said, he called my dad. He asked my dad for permission and we went to the courthouse and we got married. September 8th is when he proposed to me when I didn't even know that was going to happen. We planned a trip to go back to my hometown. And our parents are the only ones that knew we were married because we were going to tell everyone, I don't know, later when it was like, it was okay that I didn't even know I was going to get a wedding. And then he was like, you deserve a wedding. You deserve the dress. You deserve all the things. So do it. So now
you didn't even care.
No, I didn't care.
Wow.
I didn't care. I want to be a wife. I don't just, a lot of women are thinking
Want the
about
aesthetic.
wedding day. Yeah, I didn't care. I did not care. And then he proposed in Saskatchewan. In front of my whole family, my parents, my brothers, my sisters, my nieces and nephews. People flew in, and then the people that couldn't fly in sent in a video. Like, everybody knew. And I was like, because I'm observing. You can't really get a lot past me at all.
So let me give y'all the scenario, right? So this pretty much what happened. He made a covenant agreement with her, telling her that they're going to get married. He didn't see, in her mindset, that's not a proposal, but in reality, that's really is. When you make a covenant agreement, that means that you essentially is proposing. You essentially is getting married. But what he ended up doing, he ended up going back and making it a show. Pretty much what he was doing, he was making a whole show, because you know how it is with other people around them. They want the whole spectacle behind it. Where, you do a little video and it be this magical moment with fireworks and a little song playing, playing your favorite R&B artist, like, I don't know, Jodeci, whoever the hell it is, right? Playing little R&B music. Wanted the whole spectacle. So he just circle back around and credit the spectacle for her. So the whole point that I'm saying this is that in reality, you really don't have to propose. Do you know that me and my wife, right? I had did the same as that thing. I didn't get on my knees and propose to her. She was laying on the bed, right? She was laying down on the bed. I believe she was either watching some stuff on her phone or she was reading a book. One of them things and stuff, right? She was doing that. And I was on the floor doing something. I just turned around and told her, hey, you know what? We're getting married. We're getting married. And then I showed her the engagement ring. She said, cool. Get her engagement ring, put it on her finger, and that was that. It wasn't no getting down on one knee. It wasn't no whole spectacle or nothing like that. But however, I gave her the show, though, which is what she's talking about, what her husband did, which is the whole marriage and wedding and all that stuff.
So we were married before we were ever engaged. So third time wasn't a charm. Third time I was married. And then our wedding happened February 15th.
CJ,
and we
so with it,
announced
facts.
that we had actually been married for just about 6 months.
That's so cool.
And
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I'm gonna pop out. Like, my son just graduated.
period.
Like, stop playing with me.
Yeah, I agree with CJ. I agree with you. That was the point that I said. I had made that point earlier about the friend zone, because there were women out there that believe that when they put the dude in the friend zone, that means that they're going to be straight platonic. But I was saying that them type of women are being disingenuous, because they know that when they put that person in the friend zone, that they got that dude on standby. But they don't want to be honest about themselves. Yeah, because there's women out there, they literally believe that, for real. I'm in the friend zone and we're going to be platonic and all this stuff there. Nope, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Buddy's on standby like him waiting on the flight for Delta Airlines. That's exactly what's happening.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you know on that 6th day, like, this is my husband? Or you knew
I think
when y'all were friends? Was there ever a little not like there's something there, but like, this is my husband?
I thought that I used to tell all my girls, so I have a soul sister goddess tribe, right? It's
Okay.
8 women that I talk to all the time.
Okay.
I used to tell them, I hate that I love this man. I used to tell them this all the time. I hate that I love him. Because he was my love interest in skits, right?
Yeah.
So for 2 years, we're doing these skits, and he's my love interest, and we gotta hold hands and be all cute and this and whatever. And then we hang out afterwards. And I always had feelings for him. I always wanted it to be him. I just wasn't gonna play myself, and I wasn't gonna let him play me.
I love that.
I was not gonna let him waste my time. And I think
You're like, I'm
that
not following my feelings.
No.
I'm following the reality of the situation.
Period.
This man clearly told me he ain't on that.
and let me
Oh,
tell you,
appreciate that, Coke.
a
I just seen
man,
your comment.
this is the one time that I believe words speak louder than actions. When a man tells you he just wants to see how it goes, he's just having fun out here. I don't care if that man sleeps at your house. I don't care if he goes with you to events. I don't care. I do not care if that man does not make it clear that you are his girl. You're not his girl. You're not his girl. You're just not. And I think that a lot of us as women, we start off trying to start something with a situationship. Can it turn into a relationship? Yes, but that is the exception and not the rule. Most times when that girl says, okay, so what's going on? Where are we? What are we? Exactly
told
what he
you.
said in the first place. I'm just seeing how it goes. I'm just, having fun. I'm just, I'm enjoying you. I really like you. And then a woman will say, because oftentimes, remember, most women now in 2026 are dating for ego. They want to feel chosen. So now I'm going to hold on a little bit longer because that's my man. That's not your man. It's everybody else's man. He's not yours. Like that one girl that told me, cried to me for hours. I do everything for him.
Okay, let me clarify this too, especially if there are women who are watching this show right now. I'm going to clarify this truth because she was saying that Buddy just wanted to have fun with her and different things like that, right? Let me give you a translation on this. In actuality, what he's really saying is this. He is still in the vetting process with you. What do I mean by that? He trying to make sure that if he do commit to you, that you're not going to switch up on him. Because every man in this chat have experienced women who switch up on them. Where they decided to, you know what, I'm going to open up my heart. We're going to go ahead and get into this relationship. We're going to do this thing. Then all of a sudden, the woman ends up switching up on you. And so that is a form of a protection that we do, is that we just trying to make sure that you really are the one. It's not a insecurity thing. It's all part of the vetting process. So we will not be wasting our time. Okay? So that's why Buddy was doing that.
Stop. I don't want to say you sound dumb, but like kinda,
For sure.
So I think that we as women need to be less delusional about what is directly in front of us. What is this man saying with his mouth? And more importantly, after he said that, what are his actions saying? Because there are some women that get the man that say, I want to be with you, you're the only one. But now his actions are showing you he doesn't care about you.
He's lying.
He's lying.
Right.
He's lying. He's a liar.
Right.
Period.
Do you think women are asking for standards that they're willing to not do themselves? They're willing to not meet?
I think a lot of women are asking for men they're not qualified for. I believe that with my whole heart. Mm-hmm. I think that if you were to, a lot of these women say he needs to pay my bills, he needs to get my nails done, my hair's done, my all of these different things. What do you bring to the table? Really, realistically speaking.
What do you think a woman brings to the table?
A
powerful, high value.
Yes.
And I'm not just when I say high value, I'm talking about things
Real
outside
values.
of accolades
Yes.
and financial.
Yes.
Right? We're talking about character.
Yes.
We're talking about how you serve. We're
Yes.
talking about how you show up in your feminine. We're talking about your heart.
Yes.
Who you are as a person, how you treat other people outside of your
Yes.
relationship. That's high value.
Yes.
Being a good human.
Absolutely.
Is a part of high value. Wanting more for yourself out of life is a part of high value. Reading and taking care of your body and your health and your mental health and your physical health and getting up and
Yes.
going to the gym.
Yes.
Taking not just for
See, at first I was kind of agreeing with B. Simone until she started segueing into this self thing again. It's almost as though it's her goofy self that went back to her factory reset settings. You know what I mean? This is the reason why B. Simone is not married, by the way. This is the exact reason why she's not married. Because let us not forget that B. Simone has said that she don't want to take a 9-to-5 guy. Y'all remember when she said that years ago? She don't want to take a 9-to-5 guy, and literally made fun of the 9-to-5 guy. Hell, she literally created a whole internet war over the 9-to-5 guy. Every content creator, whether you was a feminist or whatever was talking about this conversation for over a year because of what her goofy self said about a 9-to-5 guy. Now, the other part, where she was talking about, like, hey, the men don't care about that. Yeah, we don't care. Ladies, we don't care about your accolades. We really don't. We don't care about your degrees.
I'm a PhD.
We don't.
I'm a PhD.
We don't care if you're making 6 figures or whatever. And you want to know the reason why we don't care? The reason why we truly don't care is because we was built that way through God to not care about that. If you are truly operating in your masculinity right, you're going to see and value a woman based on her role as being a helpmeet to you. I'm just saying. Now, if we want to have that in the same aspect of being high value in that particular sense, then yeah, she's a high value woman. If you are in your divine role as being a woman, being a helpmeet to that husband, yeah, you're absolutely high value. Absolutely.
Aesthetic,
Yes.
but because I want to be able to not have a hip replacement
Yes,
at 65.
girl.
I care about my future. I
Yes.
care about longevity. I care about how I feel right now. I want to use my temple to the best of my ability, not
Yes.
just want to post a picture in a bikini
Yes.
for one summer because
Yes.
I've been on diet pills. But no, I'm in a gym class.
Right, yes.
And that, to me, that is high value.
Yes.
High value is how you not only treat your partner, but how you treat people in business, how you treat people
Partner.
in your family, how you
Yes.
treat every relationship, who you are to your core.
Yes.
Not just for everyone else, but for yourself. How do you
Yes.
love you? How do you pour into you? How do you show up in the world to your fullest potential?
Yes.
That is high value.
Yes, I agree with you. And I think value is also so subjective.
100%.
Right?
Because
And-
it's really, what do you want?
Yes.
And
And who do you want to be? And who do you want to be with? Right? Because some men might think I'm a complete headache. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to love on you. I'm going to push you. I'm going to nurture you. I'm going to be in your skin sometimes. I'm going to be in a completely different area and other times. Like, you've got to find your person. But there's one of the things that I love, and I think that is one of my best superpowers, is I am, number one, very helpful. And number two, I'm always seeking the need before it's expressed. And I think that is one of the major feminine traits that a lot of women don't have, because they're constantly looking for, what can you do for me?
I love that.
Instead of, how can I serve you? And not to say that you at the detriment of self, because I don't believe that.
I'm not talking about slavery.
Yes, I don't believe in that at all. Okay, because my man is spoiled. Like,
Right,
he's spoiled
right.
rotten. But so am I.
Right.
And so one of the things that I say all the time is for women to do a real assessment of themselves. And I'm not talking about inflated ego assessment.
Okay.
I'm saying, if you bare bones strip yourself down physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and energetically. On a scale of 1 to 10, you cannot use 7. What would you give yourself?
Oh, hit
now,
her
if
with
you
that
ain't talked
Kevin
to God
Samuels.
in 3 years, do not give yourself an 8 spiritually.
Wow.
If you have not been to the gym in 2 years, do not give yourself an 8 physically.
Oh, let's do mine. Go. What's the ones?
Okay, mentally.
Okay.
Okay, I need to grab my calculator. Hang on.
Let me do that.
Mentally,
Okay.
scale of 1 to 10, you cannot use 7.
Okay, what's it mentally though? Like, mentally what?
Mentally, are you?
How is my mind?
No, but like, are you mentally
damn it,
strong?
you know what she talking
about.
Are you able to make firm boundaries? Are you able to be decisive? Are you able to understand, comprehend, carry a conversation? Are you well read? Are you well learned? Mentally, intellectually, how are you?
I would say 8.
Okay, 8. Mentally, emotionally, are you frazzled? Are you regulated?
I'm a 9.
Okay.
I
Mentally,
get
emotionally-
emotional.
That's okay.
but
That's natural. That's
oh,
human.
I'm like,
that happens.
I cry a lot.
Right, I
But I'm
cry
very
too.
much like, got it out. Let's get it.
Yes.
Like, let's
I'll
go.
cry and cuss
We're not
somebody
gonna
out
lead
same
into
time.
that.
Yes.
We're not gonna let that take us off course for the whole week.
Period.
Like, what?
Can't happen.
I'm a 9 with that.
That's me
yeah.
too.
And
Mentally-
Alyssa, I want you to see my answers. Give me
Mentally, emotionally, physically, scale of 1 to 10.
physically
Fit.
I am a 9.
Period.
I'm a dog right now, baby.
Yo,
I'm back in the
baby,
game.
Face beat. I mean,
nine.
looking good.
Physically,
She
I'm a
drank
9.
her water and lime
And let
water
me tell
this
you,
morning.
I did my assessment. I have a Chinese medicine herbalist. I'm on it. I've been on it. But look now, I've been in and out the gym for the past decade. Let's
Come
not
on.
get it twisted.
Yeah.
I done been on GLP-1s. I'm finally doing it the hard way.
Yes.
There's no cheat code
At all.
I took my panels. I did my
Yes.
bioscan. What does my body need?
Yes.
Not what you're telling me. Not what you do. Now, I know you do HIIT. That raises my cortisol. I can't do that. I know you. I'm a Pilates girly right
Yes.
now. I'm in the gym 3 times a week. I go to sleep by 9, 10, 11 the latest.
Yeah.
I'm up at 5:45. I have my routine. I've been doing that for months now.
Come
so
on.
I'm a 9 when it comes
Period.
to that. 100%.
Period.
It's my lifestyle now. It's not a trend anymore.
Period.
And how I know it's real? Because I can't post it. I'm finally doing it for me. I'm not doing it for a swipe.
Period. Right. You don't even know
You
validation
don't even-
with it.
you don't even know.
That's why your mentality and your emotion is high. Okay, right there. Okay, financially.
Ooh.
Scale of 1 to 10.
I
Now,
can't use the 7.
no. Now this is the thing. Whatever.
I'm budgeting. What's that? A 6?
No, it's
Okay.
not about budgeting. When you think of success, the highest level of success for you, whatever number that is a 10. It can't
Okay,
be.
okay,
Yes. So
okay.
wherever you think you're supposed to be at, that's a 10. Wherever you are is the rest of the scale.
I can't use 7,
No.
so instead of using 8, I'll use a 6.
Okay.
I'll use a 6.
Okay. Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, energetically. How's your energy? Are you bubbly? Are you kind?
I'm
Are
a
you
10
up?
right now.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Hey, I love
on.
this. Because,
Yes.
baby, look at what the Lord has done.
Come on.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
A year ago,
That's bullshit.
I think so many of these would have been under a 7. And I would have tried to use 7 as a cop-out.
Ooh.
Oh, 7. No,
Yeah.
average.
7
I'm
is
passing.
safe. Right.
It's so safe. I'm
Girl.
passing. Thank you, God. I could
Yes.
cry right now. This
Yes.
is so exciting.
Come on. Okay. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually,
I'm a
financially,
10 energetically.
spiritually.
I would say a 6.
I'm surprised by that.
Because I haven't been as consistent as I would say for a 9 or an 8.
Okay.
My consistency can be better.
Okay.
Now, daily, I'm praying without ceasing. I'm
Yep.
talking to God all day, but taking that intimate time and
Yeah.
sitting down and getting in my word
Yeah.
right now is
Yeah.
a 6.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie about that.
Okay.
I want to be more consistent with intentional time cut out.
Yeah.
Do I talk to God every day and pray every day? And yes, am I making decisions every day?
Yeah.
I'm praying without ceasing all day.
Come on, Thessalonians.
But
Yeah.
the consistency of you making this hour and a half for the gym.
Yes.
You get it, but 5:45 for Pilates.
Crazy.
Where is the hour for the Lord?
Yeah.
I haven't been consistent with that.
Okay.
Right. I could say maybe like a month or two that's been off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So add those all together, divide it by 6 to find your average, gives you an 8. High number.
Hi. I'm
Rare.
cool with that.
Now, this is the thing.
I like that.
This is the craziest part. Most women, you say physically, financially, you say all those things, and they be like 10, 10,
I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10.
And you ain't been a 10.
You ain't a 10.
You ain't a 10 in nothing, right? 10 don't even exist.
You ain't a 10.
Let's be realistic. 10 don't
I take
exist.
a little B plus.
Period.
It's an 8.9.
Period. You know what I mean?
I'll take an 8.
So that's what I'm saying. When
Because
you
I have stuff to work on, and I can be honest
we
with that.
all do, but most women have this inflated ego where they're like, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. Now, why do you, as a 5, deserve a man who's ranking at 8, 9, and 10?
Lord have mercy.
You're not qualified. Now, that doesn't mean you're not good enough. That means go do the work.
Go do the work.
Go do the work. That's it. And I think that we again,
No, actually being not qualified exactly means that you're not good enough. That's exactly what it is. It's like being in sports, right? If you know that you're not good at football, you literally suck at playing football, that means that not only you're not qualified, that means that you're absolutely not good enough. And so you have one or two options. You can either get out there and position yourself so you could be a better version of it, so you could be the level that you want to be at, or you could simply quit. Same concept about being in relationships. There are relationships that you have to qualify for. If you don't get yourself to the level where you could be in that competition area where you could qualify for that, then you just don't qualify. I'm gonna give y'all a personal example, right? Prior before I got married, right, I was out there in the dating market. There was a young woman. There's a woman. She's an attorney, right? A lawyer, attorney, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Great woman, phenomenal woman. She was, of course, single, but however, she didn't have no children. So she had all these different qualities that I will possibly will be looking for to possibly, pursue a relationship with, right? But guess what? I never pursued a relationship with her because it was one thing that she had that separated us. And that was that she didn't have no children, but however, I had children. So I had since I had children due to a divorce, right? I have this thing where I'm not going to get into a relationship with a woman who did not have children. Okay? That's my personal thing. So guess what I end up doing? I end up disqualifying myself. I didn't disqualify her because she was fine. I disqualified myself because I felt like that it wasn't fair for me to sit up here bring not only myself, but bringing all these children that's not hers into the relationship. And then I'll be thinking about stuff like that, right? I'll be thinking about like, okay, she'll probably would, love my children in the same way how she loved me, right? But what's going to happen if we end up getting a child together? Is she going to treat the child that we end up procreating together the same level how she treat my current children? The logical answer is no, she is not. She's going to gain way more favor for her current seed child than her stepchildren. So I be thinking about stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So I disqualify myself because I thought ahead of that, and I like, look, I don't want to be in that scenario. I don't want to deal with that situation. So that's what I'm saying about this whole qualifying thing is that based on whatever type of dynamic of a relationship that you're trying to look for, people got to qualify for you. But in order for that to happen, first of all, gentlemen, you have to be already on your level where you at as a man. You can't be all screwed up and stuff, then all of a sudden you want to be in a relationship and you don't even know who you are. You're not on your level of being a leader. You're not on your level of fulfilling your purpose. You're not living your purpose. Because when you do that, that's the whole equivalent thing of coming into a relationship with baggage. Or coming into a relationship with toxicity. And have the expectation for the woman to put up with your bullshit. I'm just saying.
If we could stop dating for ego, if we could get out of this prostitution era, because women are literally in a space of I want the bag, I want the shoes, I want the Instagram post. But they don't want the man.
And you know what that comes with? That's a cultural thing.
Ooh, don't get me started.
That's the culture of media.
I hate it.
And the music.
I hate it.
And the entertainment. And the artists and the songs and the lyrics and this culture that we're under that makes it okay for this exchange. You give me the Hermes, I give you
my body.
My body. You give me the vibe, or you choose me for the night. I'm backstage with the biggest artist in the world. Yep. I give you my body, or I'm the girl for the weekend because he flew me to Turks.
Which is such a waste.
That's a culture thing.
And this is I'm going against the culture.
I agree.
1,000%.
I've been in the culture. Don't get it twisted. Girl. I'm not acting like I'm just the above and beyond any of this stuff that women are going through. I've been in the culture. Now, even then, I had conviction and boundaries. Let's not get it twisted.
Right.
But I have been. I'm in the culture. I'm
we
in
see
the
it every
entertainment
day.
space. We see it every day.
Yes.
Those are still decisions I had to make. Like, I'll smoke a little weed with y'all, but I ain't going to that room.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
I don't know what y'all
And that's the
doing
same
back
for me.
there.
I feel like God, in a really weird way, kind of protected me. Being the green girl from Regina, Saskatchewan, God kept me so safe. I had one good girlfriend that knew everybody. When I first moved to LA, when I tell you I've hung out with all of the celebrities. But she was kind of dealing with all of the celebrities. So if I'm at a house and you dealt with the person that lives in the house, I could be like, oh my God, my friend. I girl code. I just can't. And that really kept me safe. Yes, because now I got a valid reason why I'm here, but also I can't
talk to you.
I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
I can't talk to none of y'all. You know, I don't want to be that girl. And I'm green. And I played my cards right, you know? And this is another thing too. And maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but I also don't think that women should be ran through.
I agree.
I do not. I think that lowers your wife value.
I mean, that's biblical.
Yes, it is.
We shouldn't be having sex regardless.
Right. And I'm not even going to say that.
What is ran through? Because is there a number?
I mean, I don't know. I think if you are having sex with men you are not committed to, you are ran through.
Well, I stopped that in my 20s, so I might have been ran, but let's not put the through on the end. But I might have been running. But God delivered me, and I agree with you, Sarah Shorter.
I'm sweating.
I don't think women should be hoeing. And I agree with that, but I am not going to lie and say that every sexual encounter was commitment. I was hoping for that after we woke up the next morning. I woke up like, so am I your girlfriend? No, your Uber's outside. Like, I don't want that either. Let me fix my wig. I agree.
I really don't.
See, ladies, you can't get offended.
Man,
you gotta be real with yourself. If you was a hoe, let's just cut your wholeness can be deleted. Y'all remember back in the day when Drea said, I don't know about the wholeness. Delete the wholeness, rededicate your life to Christ. And this girl ain't lying. Okay? She don't think everybody should be ran through. I agree with that.
I don't.
And if that is your past, don't be offended.
Right.
I get it. There's a couple niggas that might have some videos. Please delete that Nokia.
So I had a one homegirl, right? You know what? Not a homegirl. My child mother. We had a conversation one day, right? She had asked me this question. She said, do you believe that I will want qualify for a man even though I have been ran through? I like, well, what's your definition of being running through? You know what I'm saying? She said, well, since after, we broke up and stuff, right? After the years we done broke up and all the stuff that, right? She had a lot of different men. I like, oh, okay. How many young men that you had? Like, I didn't had a lot of different men. I didn't have like over like 20 men that I was just sleeping with and stuff. I like, you damn hoe. Literally told her that. Like, yeah, you're literally being ran through. Did she told me, no, don't be saying that. Like, no, I'm just being real with you. So she told me, so you don't think I qualified to be married or anything like that? Nope. The one thing that you're going to want to qualify for is either a trick, a sucker, or a simp. Them the only ones who will probably tolerate you having that high body count that you done develop. But the type of man that you desire, that you want to go for, nope. That she's talking about, well, that's not fair. Well, life isn't fair. There are things that I don't qualify for, and I believe it's unfair, but that's the reality. It goes to let you know that you have to hold yourself accountable for the choices and decisions that you make in your life. There are some things where there are some choices and decisions that you make in your life that you can't take it back. You have to deal with it. That's one thing that I teach my children. I teach my children, preferably my oldest son and stuff like. Cause my oldest son, he's in the military. He's serving in the Marines right now, and I tell him that all the time. Like, look, there are certain things that you cannot take back. You have to deal with it. because you made that choice and decision to do it. It ain't fair, Dad. Life isn't fair. Shouldn't have did it. Same thing with me. When I made the choice and the decisions that I made in the past, life isn't fair. I have to deal with it. It is what it is.
Please, the hand of God is on me. Every day I pray, Lord, please don't let it leak.
Stop the hoism.
Now, there was a season.
Ooh, child, I'm sweating. I am hot. Oh my God. Sheesh.
I agree with this woman. I agree with everything. You see, the thing is, y'all got to remove the veil of offense.
Yes.
It ain't that serious.
Yes.
She's telling the truth. That's biblical.
Man.
Stop hoeing.
Yes. I
Who
gotta
was a hoe in the Bible? Jezebel?
Yes, that was Jezebel.
She was a hoe?
Jezebel, yes.
Okay.
Why the hell she was playing
That's
with
why
a
they call
wig?
people Jezebels.
Oh, okay.
You a Jezebel. That's what we say.
Okay.
You a
Hey, y'all write in the chat. B. Simone is just goofy as hell. Like, what the hell? That's another reason why she don't got a husband. That right there, sitting up her playing with your wig and shit.
Jezebel.
I'm sorry, Sarah.
Girl,
I just had to be
sheesh,
honest
that's a
with
good
my
little laugh.
audience. I get it.
And that's the thing too, because I feel like, and this is the thing, I think I'm just very logical, right? What man is gonna line up behind, like to get in line, like, I can't, this
For
man has
sure.
all the options.
Yeah.
Why would he line up for you?
Yeah.
When you don't mind your tone, you're not solving problems, you're not kind, you're not nurturing, all of these different things, why would he choose you?
And he doesn't have to deal with any of that
Because there's
he
somebody
has
over here
that won't do it.
that
Yep.
wants to do all of it
Yep.
and more.
Yep.
And that's the
Yep.
thing, when you are that kind of woman, it's easy to stand out. It's easy to stand out as a lady when we are surrounded in a prostitution era. It's easy. And I think you can outlive a lot of things, but I don't think you can really outlive being a hoe unless you move.
Jesus.
You got to change states.
I didn't move. I wasn't a hoe though.
I don't think you
wasn't
were
a
a hoe. I don't think.
I had like a, you know what let's be real.
Okay.
I was not a hoe, but there were moments.
That's okay.
I was like, you should have did that.
Right. But do
You have
people
got to get home.
But do people know your whole, and that's another
No.
thing too.
Let me stop playing, y'all. I was never a hoe. Okay,
Right, period.
Let's cut to the chase.
And that's why I
I'm
wanted
being
to say
funny.
that, because
I'm also a comedian.
Right.
No.
Girl, I know.
Even when I was out in the work doing crazy stuff that is like, I was still the most convicted in
Yes.
boundaries in my circle.
Yes.
And the people I was around, I was like, I am not doing that.
Yes, at all.
B. Simone, if you're a hoe, it's okay. If you're a hoe, you're just a hoe. It's fine. It's okay. It is practically okay. Don't be trying to say all this so you can be accepted. Just be honest with yourself. If you're out there whoring around, you just whoring around. This is what it is.
I'm not going in that room.
I'm not going in that room.
I'm not going back there.
Did he?
Right. No baby on y'all. No diddy. No diddy. For real.
But yes,
And I
I
know
definitely
that.
had boundaries. It's like, you know better, Braylon. There's
know
certain things you're just
better.
not doing. And, there's certain morals and values that's just a character thing. And you have to
Yes.
carry with you in every season of your life.
Yes.
Yes, I've made mistakes. Yes, I've been with men and people that I shouldn't have been with, whatever relationships. But there has to be boundaries and a moral compass to what do I truly want. And when you
Yes.
know better, you do better.
Yes.
You can't keep living this same life, waking up, whether it's drinking, alcohol, sex, whatever it is that you need to let go of, you know now.
Yes.
And whoever's on the opposite end of this camera, there's something in this season you should have been let go of. I just had a video call with our app girls on the LTTA app. Y'all sign up for the app. And a girl said, I know God is calling me to let go of alcohol. She's like, I know. It's not a feeling. It's a direct, I know the Lord is telling me to stop drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what is the disconnect there?
Yeah.
Like, when you know, it has to be a hard out.
Yes.
A hard stop. Like, when you know better, that's when you do better.
Yes.
And the people that don't surrender and submit to that, you're only delaying your destiny.
Yes.
You're delaying everything you say you want because you're succumbing to that complacency, that average, that I'm just going to stay here and be okay with what feels good to my flesh, but it's not propelling my life forward in any way.
Yes. And sometimes the other side of it is you're not delaying, you're surrendering.
Ooh,
Now
Lord.
you don't even get the thing you're supposed to
Lord.
have because you spent too long over here. If you're always looking for the bigger, better deal, or you're always waiting to take that action, or you're always
I know. Lina, I was really trying my best not to address that about that you know better, you do better thing, because I know that's some bullshit. I know it is.
That's bullshit.
I know it's some bullshit. I know. I know. I was just trying to let them have it at that moment. I was literally trying to let them have it. Because you already know where I stand on that one, for real.
Always delaying your purpose. Sometimes you don't reach it. And those are the conversations that I have that upset people all the time. Because we got to call a spade a spade.
You got to call it out. And you have to be honest with what you need to correct so you can actually fix it. You have to be honest with what this truly is.
Period.
What is this?
Period. And that's the thing. Too many people, women, are saying, I'm a 10. No one is a 10. 10 doesn't even exist. It's not real. Well, that's not true. Very rare. You know? So even for me, can't you 7?
Hold up now. Hold up now. Your homegirl Sarah said earlier that she was a 10 when you sent up her giving her them little scenarios and stuff, right, about rating herself. She said she was 10 in some of them areas. She sure did, and you didn't disagree with her. So I don't know about that one.
I had a whole episode. I had a whole clip. My team asked me the same thing, and they're like, aesthetically.
And Maya is an 8, bro. So stop.
I'm giving myself a 6.
No.
Swear to God.
You stop it.
Swear to God. But also, I don't want 6 to make it sound like I think I'm ugly. I don't.
Right. I know I'm pretty.
I feel very confident.
Right.
I'm very confident. But I've traveled all over the world. I've been everywhere, and I've seen women that look like.
It's insane. No, like you walk in, you're like,
I have
5'8".
Yeah. Abs, booty,
chiseled,
tiny little waist, jawline, hair, lashes, brows,
beautiful
full lips,
contour,
cheekbones.
naturally.
Oh no makeup
gosh,
on.
What?
Hold on, Lionel. You sitting up here saying that Sarah is a 5, right? Were you not almost an hour ago sitting up here talking about her feet, looking at her feet and things? By your logic, her feet alone is like an 8 to you, bro. So get out of here. Stop that. Cut that bullshit out. Stop that bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Bro was sitting up here literally simping on Sarah's feet. He like, ooh, feet. Man, she got some nice feet.
I wouldn't.
Jesus, and I'm over here like, well, what am I?
No, this is
I
the
take
thing.
this wig off.
When I take these braids off. But I feel like too.
Hold up, I got the goddamn thing. Here you go.
I don't
that's
want
humble.
that.
I get that.
No, it's not.
I'm a 10. It's like, okay, we get it. Relax.
Right.
You're confident, but come on, relax.
But be realistic. You know what I mean? Be like, for real. Be realistic. Be realistic. And I don't think that women are realistic. So when it comes to finding your value, are you helpful? Are you kind? Are you nurturing? Are you seeking the needs before they're fulfilled or before they're expressed and fulfilling them? Also, do you have the ability to see what's needed? Some women don't have any awareness. Y'all have no awareness. Funny story. I've spoiled my husband so much. And it's funny because my dad does this with my mom. I'm like, oh, now me and my mom, we just laugh about it all the time. My sister too. My sister Lauren, she's been married for like 23 years. She's been with her man for 23 years. And
are you the oldest?
No, I'm the second youngest.
How many is it?
There's 8 of us. Yeah. And I'm the baby girl. So I have a little brother.
All from your mom and dad?
Well, 3 and then 5.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
It's
Big family.
Big family. So it's crazy because I made banana pudding from scratch for the first time in my life. I've never even made a banana pudding. Girl, I made the whipping cream, which is easy. You just beat the whipping cream, add some powdered sugar, whatever. So I make it from scratch. My man loves food. He loves all things food. So I be in the kitchen cooking. It is, I don't even know what day it is, but we both don't have nothing to do. We in the bed. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. We got the blinds down so the room is dark. We about to put something on, watch Netflix. Right. And he says, you know what would be really good right now? I said, what? He said, banana pudding. I said, oh. So I wait like 30 seconds. I was like, are you going to go get it? And he looked at me and he was like, that was his way of saying, I I'd really love some banana pudding, and it'd be great if my wife would get it for me.
I know that's right.
Because that's what I do in our household. I serve food. I serve desserts. I serve tea. I serve you in the. This is not new. It's just, but it made me laugh because my dad. It's like the power of suggestion, right? I'd really love a coffee right now. You know, like, and it sounds
Go
so
get me a
silly.
coffee.
Right.
Right.
But I love that I have spoiled my husband so much that he will just say like, I'd really love some banana pudding. Like that would just make right now so much better. And I love that. And I love that I'll be like, baby, I'm hot. And he'll go fix the air, you know?
Man, I know them feminists heard that part. They're like, yeah, that's some bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That's her per se. Nowhere in hell I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing to go get some damn banana pudding, let alone make it from scratch. That's how they be thinking, bro. That's why a lot of them be either in toxic relationships or not married.
Or I love that we don't have to be like, go do this or entitled to it or expect it. It's literally like, oh, I have the honor to serve you. When you have a servant's heart, I feel like you do things differently, which makes you more valuable to a masculine man that's getting beat up, by the way, in the world. And this is another thing. I don't feel like women understand the pressure that men have, especially black men in America. I'm not saying we don't have the glass ceilings and the problems and the toils or emotional issues. I'm not saying any of that, but I am saying be aware that the black man in America has so many pressures that they have learned they can't even express. It's no wonder why men are leading in suicide. They have no outlet. So now if I try to come out to you and tell you how I really feel, the fears that I really have, and we down that man and tell him he's not acting like a man, what? It's no wonder why like I look at people and I'm like, these women, y'all will never have a good man. Never. Until you do the work.
I literally talk about that in my stand-up set. Literally about how black men have a target on their back from the moment they walk out of the door.
Yes.
Like let's give it a second.
Yes.
Like they don't know what it's like to be a black woman in America. We know that. We carry things too.
Yes.
But a black man
It's so
walking
hard.
out is difficult.
It's
I
so
literally
hard.
talk about that at the end of my stand-up set.
Yes. There's so much pressure we couldn't possibly see. And then on top of that, when's the last time, like, and I have these conversations all the time, right? In my group, yes, we all do this because we hold each other accountable to certain things. Men don't even get appreciated in their own homes. Now that man's sitting in a car in a garage for 30 minutes before he comes in the door. That is a telltale sign. When he starts sitting in the car before he comes in,
He don't want to even go in his house.
he don't even want to go in the house.
Lord.
There's no peace outside. There's no peace inside. But hey, you get to say you're a wife.
Ooh, Lord, may that love never find me.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Like, absolutely not.
Amen.
That's that walking down the aisle and knowing, no, we need to turn around.
Period.
And we need to make those decisions, and God give me the discernment before I even get to that position.
Yes.
To know, like you said.
So real quick, I was trying to wait on them to finish that particular point, right? I want to go back and revisit the thing when she was talking about, the black man is the number one target in, well, we'll just say in America, all right? I believe that is part of a fallacy, all right? The only reason why I'm saying this is that I'm not totally discrediting that it doesn't happen, but I'm saying that it happens in certain demographics of where you located at. Like case in point, I'm in Texas, all right? So in the state of Texas, depending on where you at in the state of Texas, it literally do feel like that black men have a target on their back. Not only with different races and stuff, right? But that target on your back could be with your same race as well too. Because we're living in a modern time where you have racism and prejudice and stuff, right? But you also have what's the thing they call it? I guess they call it reverse racism and stuff too, where your own race is racist against you. So you could have a set of black people who are like, say for example, they be conservative and stuff, right, in the state of Texas, but they have the same conservative ideology or mindset as white conservatives. Same exact kind of concept with that character from the Boondocks. They be thinking just like that. Have their mindset just like that. So it's not only just that, but it's actually your same race that's like that. Now, in the South, the prejudice and racism is way different when you deal with it in the North. When you deal with it in the northern states, when you deal with it in the northwestern states, when you deal with it in the southeastern states, it's way different. It's a whole different monster. So that's why I'm saying that when they're using that target on your back thing, it really does depends on, where your demographic is at and how it is. To be honest with you.
Dating in the dating phase got revealed to me. Absolutely not.
Oh, there's so many things I had to, well, not so many, but there are definitely things I had to pray away out of myself to be in alignment with the wife that God would have me even be.
Example.
Number one is control.
Okay.
Number one
That's
is
been
for
your
sure
biggest
control.
one. Yeah,
because
you said that. Yeah.
And I don't know if I said it's because I get good results in my life. I've made great money. I'm fit. I'm healthy. I'm smart. I'm well read. I've been around a lot of people. If you look in my phone, I don't just call people. People call to check on me that are well worldwide respected and esteemed and all these different things. I have incredible relationships. So you would think that I make good choices. But now as a married woman, my husband he has the end all be all. Now a good husband is going to consult his wife and ultimately make the decision that's best for the colony. Not one out of ego. But if you're used to making those choices, it's hard to give it up. It's hard not to correct. It's hard not to be like, I think we should do it this way. Our beautiful opportunity as women is to plant the seed into that man, water it, let it grow. When he thinks it's his idea, celebrate it.
I know that's right.
Good
job, babe.
No, so I swear to you.
I told him that a month ago.
No.
Great job, sweetie.
I'm serious. It's called
I know that's
contrivance. Right. We as women can see details different. We do things different. And it goes back to human nature. We pay attention to details so we didn't die in the Stone Ages, right?
Yeah.
Like, we need to know if that bush moved over there. Because might be a saber-toothed tiger that's going to pop out. I don't know. Whatever it could possibly be. Right. So that is one of our beautiful gifts from God. And if you can do that and plant the seed and let that man be a man, you will be so surprised by the husband you have, not just the person you're married to, the husband you have, as long as you chose someone that desires to have leadership over the colony, not just his selfish self. You have a man that knows and trusts God and the purpose in his life. You have someone that's rooted in something real. Because there are also some men out here that just be dragging females to hell.
Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to be a wife. Yes. And right now we're just dating.
Yes.
Where do I draw that line? Like, how much do I give?
Yes.
Even of myself. I think that's one of the things with me. Now, I'm not going to say now, because I definitely have pulled back a little bit with guarding my heart. Mm-hmm. And proximity is power.
Facts.
So if you are around me, you are literally, I'm powerful.
Yes.
Like, I am going to rub off on you. You're going to have opportunity.
Yes.
You're going to have platform.
Period.
You're going to have access just by being in my circle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Being in proximity of me is powerful.
Yes.
I truly believe I'm an asset, but.
And that's the reason why B. Simone is still not married, y'all. Long as she still continue to have that mindset, thinking me, my, this is what I got, and when I do this thing, that you're going to gain my energy. Wrong. Wrong.
Before, it was like everybody got all of me. Mm-hmm. Every part of me. No, in this season, you get this, mm-hmm. and then you get that, mm-hmm. and then, okay, we build a relationship. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like Sarah. Let me text her a little more.
Yes.
It's still, it's vetting. Slow. It's slow.
Yes.
It's no rush to be like, this is my bestie. Like,
yes.
Let's build a relationship.
Right.
Do you like this? Do they like you?
Right.
I might like somebody, they might not like me. And I'm not just talking about romantically, platonically, right?
Yes.
So now it's like, to me, you earn my trust.
Yes.
You earn my relationship. You
Yes.
earn my access. Access to me.
Yes.
Everybody can't ain't in my house. Everybody's not in my business. Everybody's not invited to my panel that I'm on. But before it was come one, come all. What I have is yours.
Yeah.
If you're here, I love you so much. And it just wasn't wise.
Yes.
Like, a good thing is not always a God thing. And I thought that I was just being a good person. Jesus had boundaries.
No, it's not a God thing. It's just simply common sense. You know what I'm saying? You don't allow everybody to be in your space because you don't never know what that person's intentions are. I mean, they're just simple common sense, B. Simone. It have nothing to do with the Bible.
Jesus said no. That one scripture, I don't know, I'm still reading, y'all. I told you I got to get back in my word. That one scripture, when he got 12 disciples, only 3, y'all 3 can come.
Yeah.
Even the disciples, the friends, the group, y'all got to stay.
Yep.
But y'all 3, that's wisdom.
Yes.
So you got 15 homegirls. Okay, I know how she act in environments with high caliber people.
Yep.
She can't come to this event.
At all.
So you know.
Yes.
That's just wisdom.
Yes.
It's not mean. It's not all those things. I just thought that, I think it was almost survivor's remorse. Everything that I had, I'm a millionaire now, and I have this, and I have this. Everybody just come on, and we can all make it, and we can all go. And oh my God, the pulling down of me in that process. So how do you know how much to give a man when it's just in your nature to be giving and serving and loving and kind and all of these things, and give your heart when biblically it clearly says guard your heart?
Yes. I think 2 things. Number 1, stop moving in with these men.
Ooh.
Because that's giving way too much. You've just released all of your leverage. And there are so many couples that move in for 2 or 3 years and then they break up. So what is the point in even doing? Get a roommate. You know what I mean? Rent is high. People a lot of people don't even necessarily like the person they're with. They want to split the bills. So get a roommate. If you're a man, live with another man. If you're a woman, live with another woman. And I think about when I was younger, right? If I was in my...
Or how about this? Since she said that she's a logical person, how about this? How about you simply live within your means? Live within your means. Why is that so hard? If you know that you have a salary and you're making $30,000 a year, it would be very stupid for you to try to go and get a house that's worth $1 million because you cannot afford that house and what comes with that house. So instead of doing that, you will lower that and try to find something that's living within your means. Then you won't have to get no roommate. You don't have to do all this extra stuff. You don't have to, as they say, partner up with each other so you can help pay the bills and you don't even like each other. I mean, isn't that common sense too?
Mid-20s and I was struggling trying to figure stuff out, or my early 20s, I had roommates. If rent is $4,000 and there's 3 of us living in there, that's what, $1,333 a person, right? I would much rather pay $1,300 a month than try to come up with $4,000 when I can't afford it. Or I would much rather go 20 minutes out of the city, get a spot that's $2,000, get 2 roommates, and now I'm really winning, right? So get a roommate. Stop moving in with these men. Now, I'll say this because my therapist had said to me, this is years ago, I was in this relationship and I was asking, what is the difference between a girlfriend and a wife? Because I don't know how to give of me less. I am naturally a connector. I am naturally a lover. I am naturally a nurturer. I am naturally that woman that's going to show up powerfully inside of your life. My mother always said, when you love a man and you choose a man, find 5 ways that you can integrate into his life, so much so that if you were to come out of it, that man's world will crumble and fall.
My God.
And I have done that my whole life. That I've been engaged 2 times before. I'm married now. I'm very intentional about bringing value, not just body, not just sex, not just fun. So I say that to say, I asked my therapist, how do I not do that? And he said, Sarah, the difference between being a girlfriend and wife is yours versus ours. There are too many people that are having our conversation instead of your and my conversation. When I'm your girlfriend, we don't have a dog. That's not our dog. This is my dog. We don't have a house. You have your house, I have my house. We don't have a car. I'm still going to be the same nurturer, loving, kind person, but this is mine.
Wow.
And when two become one, then this is ours. And for me, that really delivered me in a lot of ways, because I don't feel like you should hold back on who you are. If you're naturally get an idea and it's like, oh my God, I know this person and you would be great with this person, I'm going to connect you and God's going to bless me on the back end regardless. I'm not thinking about, well, that person wouldn't have gotten this
you
blessing.
without me.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I'm not doing none of that. Right?
So what if God don't bless you on the back end of that? What if God don't do that? How would that look? How will you be able to handle that? Because this is another one of these talking points that Christian people use, is that they use the talking point saying that they do things because they want to be blessed by God. They go to church because they want to be blessed by God. They get tithes and offering because they want to be blessed by God. They become this good person because they want to be blessed by God. But what happens if God don't bless you the way that you want to be blessed? Because typically when they say things like this, their blessing is always consider about something that's tangible. Money, health, relationships. So what if God don't bless you with none of them things? How would that look like? Would you accept that?
Right? You're not doing any of that. We're not doing none of that. It's silly. Or if I'm naturally that person that is going to seek a need, I'm going to do that because that's a part of my heart posture. But I'm not going to get lost in the mix of who you are and who we are not, because I'm very clear that my intention is marriage. And when we are married to become one, what's yours and mine now becomes ours. So don't get lost inside of thinking like, well, I don't want to cook for this man. If you cook, cook. If you clean, clean. If you connect, connect. If you love, love. If you massage, massage. Those aren't the things that are going to get you wifed. It's the intangible things. Does that man feel peace when he comes around you? Does he feel respected when he comes around you? Is he inspired to be a better man? That's one thing that my husband now told me forever ago. He even when we were friends, he's like, I never want to play with you. I will not play with you. You make me want to be a better man. And what do I look like messing that up prematurely? Right? So if the man has that, he doesn't fumble that over nothing. And there are some immature men that do fumble, right? But the majority of good men that know who they are, masculine men, they're not doing all of that. You know, so
good.
Yours versus ours.
Yours versus ours.
And stop moving in with these men.
I ain't never lived with a nigga. I was over there a lot though.
Girl.
Sleep over. Take your stuff out that drawer.
Right.
Now you slowly moving in your stuff. Why you got a whole dresser over there in
That's
the room?
what I'm saying.
It's like, relax.
Right.
Go home.
Yes. And also, stop posting these people. Stop posting these people. Everybody don't need to know your business. Because this is the thing. If you've been in a relationship for 2 months, why does everybody need to know you're in a relationship? Because 2 months from now, if you break up with that guy and now you're with a new guy, you're going to have 4 new guys on your page in 1 year? That doesn't look good. And then if you go and archive, just got to archive stuff. Don't post them. Let that person earn to be on your page. I always said I'm popping out married.
I know that's right.
I really popped out. I was already married.
So I agree with her on this point. I had to want to tell my wife this. But I had told her in a way where it wasn't criticism, okay? I told her this. I had told her that, look, at the end of the day, it don't matter what people is seeing us do. In other words, it's not none of these people business to see what we're doing, to know what we're doing all the time. Like if we're going out on vacation or if we're traveling somewhere, it is none of their damn business for them to know that. See, with IG, with Facebook, sometimes with TikTok, depending on how you use it, we have this tendency that we think that the world's supposed to know everything that's going on with you, but no. It is none of the world business to know what you got going on. And then also, You got to think about this in the protection aspect, because as many people who are hoarding the photos or whatever that you post to write, I guarantee that you're gonna have people who is known as ops, who was envious of you, who is looking at these pictures, taking it to either Chat GBT or Claude or whatever and stuff, right, and rendering it and trying to find out your exact location or where you at, just so they could do harm to you and your family. That's why I say it's none of people's business to know what you're doing. You shouldn't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, and vice versa. Especially for your protection, especially if you're a woman. Especially if you're a woman. I'm just saying.
When I posted him, but I was already engaged, but no one knew who I was engaged to. I just posted my hand because I'm not showing y'all certain things. I don't need the validation. So if you're not looking to show people that you've been chosen, it shouldn't be important to post. Because why does it matter to strangers if you have a man or not? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Now, if your social media is all just, your closest people and you're just sharing your life, I mean, I guess technically.
Your page is private or whatever.
That's okay. But if you're showing the masses, what is it for? And I really feel sad for, Meg Thee Stallion and the whole Klay Thompson thing. Are you familiar?
I know a little bit of it. They broke up. I don't know the depths of what was the drama, though.
I don't know either of them personally.
Yeah.
But she posted something about how he doesn't want to be monogamous. She's tired of his mood swings, all these different things. And then everybody took that and ran with he's a cheater. And just because he doesn't want to be monogamous to you does not mean he's cheated.
Yeah.
It means he might have just had a change in mind.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, stop posting these men. How many relationships do you need to publicly release to learn? Stop posting these men.
It's so normal. That's a culture thing again.
That's a problem.
Just I have a boyfriend, selfie.
No.
And when you're truly like, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I want to protect everything God gives me right now. There's a protection around not allowing outside sources. Maybe you guys witchcraft.
Yes.
You got people preying on your downfall. You got people that are jealous. You got people that hate you. People that over there with all voodoo and this and that and demonic spirits and all that. I believe in all that.
Yes.
You letting a whole portal and a whole door open up because you allowed the enemy access.
Yes.
You don't know who's seeing that. You don't know who's looking at that. You don't know, it's no longer covered and sacred.
Yeah.
Let it be sacred.
Hey, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we got, right now, we up to about 212 people in the building right now. Shout out to each and every last one of y'all. Do me a favor, make sure you hit the thumbs up to support the channel. We at roughly about 96 likes right now. Let's get the likes up to 100, all right? So do me a favor, go ahead and get the likes up to 100. If you haven't thumbs up the video yet, by all means do that. Let's get it up to at least 100 to support the channel, all right? Right now, we are reacting to B. Simone and her podcast. She is interviewing Sarah Shorter, and she's giving us her perspective about being a traditional wife. A lot of the conversation is actually really, really good. I'm glad that the brothers brought this to my attention and they wanted me to react to this. So I'm glad that they chose this. So everything they've been saying so far, it's been a really, really good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Been enjoying it a whole lot. And I know y'all been enjoying it a whole lot tonight as well too. But to continue to have this content going, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up to support this channel, all right? So we're almost done with this. We where were we at in this video? We at hour and 44. So we're almost done with this particular reaction video, all right? So let's go ahead. Let's continue.
Secret for a second and build your foundation first.
Yes.
And then, because stuff gonna come with the post.
For sure.
Comments and opinions and all that stuff.
Yes.
We already got our solid foundation in real life. This stuff ain't even.
Yes.
It don't even move us. It don't sway us.
You made me think of because when Brock and I came out, we were already married,
Yeah.
right? We'd already had the hard conversations. We had already gone over
What does this look like?
Yeah, how do you feel about this? What's up with this girl? How many girls have been hitting up your like we were so transparent with one another. And I had Cam Newton on my show. And Cam was like, man, I feel like you bullied that man into marriage. And so I had Brock
Cam
on my show.
said
I know. Yeah, he did. I love him. I'm grateful for him being honest.
For sure. I love
He's speaking
Cam.
his truth.
Yes.
And I don't feel not one way about it.
Yeah.
And when I had Brock on my show, I said, hey, you know, we had Cam on the show, and Cam said that I bullied you into marriage. Do you feel like I bullied you? And he gave the best answer I could have ever even, because Brock's not a talker. He's a strong, silent type. He's an observer. I'm the talker. I'm the extra. I'm the this. I'm the that. He's solid. He's in, unless he wants to.
Yeah.
If he wants to talk, he's going to be in it, but
Yeah.
not usually.
He sound like a cinnamon meal.
He said, I can understand why Cam feels that way about marriage because I feel that way about kids. I would never have children with a woman out of wedlock, but he's done that. So he wouldn't ever get married in 6 days because he's not marriage minded. I can understand that. I don't think that that's any charge against me. That don't say nothing about me. That just comes from his paradigm, his projection of what he believes is possible. We're different, and that's okay. Not that this person isn't a great person, not this person is, you know, all these different things. But I was like, dang, that's crazy. So like, and he straight up was like, I chose you because I chose you. Because I also asked, you know, you chose a 37-year-old woman. My eggs are dust, as people say on the internet, all these different things. He's like, it doesn't have anything to do with your age. I chose you. And I think that when we get that level of truth with ourselves for all the things in our lives, you can't tell me, you could call me broke, ugly, single, stupid. It don't matter to me because you can't tell me about me. God already told me who I am. God already put a purpose on me. God already allows me to walk. I had someone prophesy over me one time, and this is like 15 years ago. Girl, I was struggling. And when I tell you I looked like a whole mud duck, I looked like homeless. I had a hat on. My hair is tucked under the hat. I didn't have not a lick of makeup on. My clothes, I looked crazy. I looked like what I was going through at the time. And a woman came up to me and she said, I see you on stages. And I was like, what? She's like, I see you on I still have the recording. And there's this thing called Pi Hop, the Pasadena International House of Prayer. And you can go there and they prophesy over your life. And she said, I see you on stages. I see you walking. I see you doing this. I see the dresses. I see the gowns. At this time, I'm like,
Girl.
lady, you on drugs, okay? I'm just trying to figure out how to pay my low rent, okay?
Wow.
I'm calling my mom every month, asking her to help me pay my rent. I'm choosing between gas in my car or food in my fridge. You know, like I don't come from privilege. I come from love, but I struggled and built every single thing that I have now. And I'll never forget, she said, you have a covering on you like Esther. And then she said, you have a purpose on you like Esther. She said, if you go into the fire, you won't even come out smelling like smoke.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, that's so crazy.
Thank you, God.
So when you walk through the fire,
Oh, baby.
and you will,
Yep.
but you won't even come
Yep.
out smelling like smoke.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And so for me, I walk in that.
Yep.
Like there's an air to my calling. I know that about me. I am bold in my Jesus. I am bold in my God. I am bold in the calling that is on my life. And if it offends you, just because it offends you doesn't mean there's not truth to it. Just because it offends you doesn't mean it's not truthful. And just because it offends you doesn't mean there's not things that you can apply, and vice versa. You know, doesn't mean I'm always right. I'm not always right. Oh my God, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to be the best wife I could be.
Right.
But I'm bold. And when I need to get corrected, I feel like God is my ultimate correction, shifted my steps in every which way. So, you know,
Wait, whoa. Now, she's up here talking about that. If she get corrected, she believes that God is her ultimate corrector. No. Now, if you was a single woman, then yeah, that would be true that God is your ultimate corrector in that aspect. But since you literally said that you're under a covenant with your husband, right? Since you're under that covenant with your husband, guess who's the ultimate corrector? It ain't God, it's him. It's your husband. He's the ultimate corrector. It's him.
ours, marriage, girlfriend, know who you are. Go after what's true for you. Stop letting these people shake you in the world. You know, it's not worth it. know what you believe for you, and who cares what other people have to say about it. And it's easier said than done, obviously, but you learn over time.
Yeah.
It's like armor. My mom has a great analogy about armor. I know we over time, so I ain't gonna drag it, but
No, give it.
my mom, my parent, they're just so special. My mom says, when something happens to you for the first time and it hurts so bad, it's like a torpedo directly hits you in your chest. And it knocks, I don't know why I'm so emotional, knocks the air out of you. Like you almost can't breathe, whatever that is, whether it be heartbreak, whether it be grief, whether it be sadness, whether it be disappointment, whether it be rejection. It's a torpedo that hits you in your chest. But over time, you learn how to adjust. You get different armor here, different chest plate here, different arm thing here. And that torpedo is almost like a dart. It bounces right off you. Like, oh, okay, it's still a little, ooh, that might have stung a little bit, but it doesn't take you out.
Yep.
And I feel like when we live in that, I know I'm going to get hit with torpedoes, but I also know they're going to turn into darts. I know I'm going to go through the fire, but I know I'm not going to come out smelling like smoke.
Yep.
I know when you walk in that, you walk different. I know, and to know is to do. To know and not to do is not to know. So you just gotta own your you.
Ugh, so good. That was the perfect exit. I'm over here like, don't cry. Your wig is sliding and the bangs is not banging.
No, you good, girl.
Thank you.
And I have nothing to say on it
I want
because
to
I
meet
agree.
your parents.
Oh my God, they're so dope.
Like, where is your mom? Are they still in Canada?
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
But they come here
You go
often.
up there a lot?
Like
they
once
come
a
here.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have a family trip every year. We do all the things.
Oh, man. This mother.
Yeah, she's something. She's incredible.
I have to see a picture of her. You got to show me.
Yes, she's
This mother,
She
girl.
is the most special woman ever. Like, I love my dad. Don't get me wrong. My dad is incredible, but I pray that
But
I
just
could
all
be
the things she instilled in you, and you still verbalize it and remember it and can articulate it and have those moments of just knowledge and wisdom that
Yes.
this mother instilled in you.
The fact, now looking back, to see my mom operate in the most feminine way when my dad was down, that's a whole different level of ride or die. Like my mom is one of the most incredible women ever, like ever. And it's crazy. Even when I try to and I sorry, I'm emotional. I don't know what this,
It's okay.
I don't even know what's happening right now. I'm like, dear Lord, give me strength. But when I talked to my mom, it was Mother's Day, and I called my mother and I said, I'm just so grateful that God blessed me with you. And she was like, oh no, I'm just so proud of you. She always gives it right back, right? She'll receive and then she'll give it right back. And I said, no, truly, like I wouldn't be half the woman that I am if it weren't for you. And she said, no, baby, I am the bow and you are the arrow. And my job, even though life pulled us back, was to point you into the right direction so that you could soar as far as you could possibly soar. And now you're doing that. You're far better than I ever could have been. And for me, it's like, here you go again. Like, first of all, just take it. You know what I mean? Like, just take the love. Like, I'm so grateful, but she's so wise. She's like the wise tree in Pocahontas.
Literally.
Like, literally. And every smile line in her gray hair. My parents both have dreads. They're like Little House on the Prairie. And they're both just so wise. Wise.
Even the way she articulates. I mean, just you hearing it through you is just so beautiful. I can only imagine the way she articulates these
she's way better.
analogies and these stories and just her experience and her life. And oh my God. Oh, wow. This is on your wedding day?
Yeah.
Look at you, girl. You look like her.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous.
She's almost 70.
Has she been on your show or pod or anything? She has?
And my dad, both of them.
Oh my gosh. I have to go look at these episodes.
Yeah, she's so wise. She was so reserved on my show, though.
Really? You're like, Mom, come on.
Like, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Come on.
She was nervous.
Oh my God. She was so reserved. Like, my mom is like, she's the one that said, don't be a host 6 months at a time. I was like, what is that? What does that mean? What was that? Growing up, she's always, don't ever be a host 6 months at a time. Mom, what does that mean? And then she broke it down. My mom was like, this is what happens. Boys Boys use sex to get love. Women use love to get sex. And what's going to happen is a boy is going to like you enough, right? Within those first 3 months, you think that you love him. You think that you like him. And so now you want to give him sex. And then in the first 6 months, that's why she's always said, wait, your body is your temple. Just wait. Hilarious. And so she would say, if you break up and then you meet a new boy, that's 2 men in a year. By the time, if you start having sex at 18, by the time you're 28, you've slept with 20 men. Don't be a hoe 6 months at a time.
That's true.
Well, damn.
That's true.
Okay, Ma.
That's a good wisdom.
Like literally, a lot of the stuff I say
Wisdom, though.
is her.
Wisdom, real.
Make these men wait. I'm not going to say wait till marriage because I mean, technically I did, but I really didn't. You know what I mean? But make these men earn your body. And culturally,
it's just not a thing.
It's not. It's not. And
Doesn't
that's
make
the
it right,
problem.
though. Yeah.
I don't believe in that at all. I really, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, women need to see other examples. And I will be that. And y'all can stone me. People got mad when I said what I said about Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know anything about her character, but I don't think that you should be posting all of these men and dragging, because then she kind of dragged them or whatever. And you had that opportunity to be seen as something different from your music. And you chose to be the person in your music. So now, if you have a classy person that chooses you for the first time based on what she's posted on the internet, other classy men might have been like, well, maybe she's not that. But then you did exactly that. So it's not to attack her. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. But that wasn't a wise move that lowers your wife value if you want to be a wife. Now, if you don't, I'm not talking to you. If you want to live on the side of the, I could do bad all by myself, I don't need no man, do you, boo? I do not care. Every part of my message is for women that want a high value, high earning masculine man or a high value masculine man. The truth is they have all the options, and it's way harder to find a good, I feel like it's actually, there's less good men out here, and they have all the options. So
Thank you for coming.
So we're pretty much at the end of this, brother. So just as the same way she was speaking about this, about the women, that's the same exact way how the way I'm speaking this about you brothers, okay? I want y'all to understand my position clearly, all right? Now, my overall desire for you brothers is that you are living your life at the most optimal level possible. You're living your life with purpose. Okay? I understand that while living your life, you have dealt with a lot of different situations, including relationships. I done dealt with it too. But my goal over here at the lounge is to recognize the things that you done dealt with and to walk with you in there, because I have dealt with the same exact thing. My goal is to get you out of this mindset of having this red pill rage. Okay? Now, it's okay to be in it for that moment. Because within that red pill rage moment, you should be learning about things as well. So you should be learning about the why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, especially towards women. But it's my goal for you to transition out of that. You could be in it, but it's my goal to help you transition out of it. And this is the reason why I have my framework out right now to help you transition out of it. When you tune in to this podcast, that's literally what I'm helping you do. Teach you life lessons, do like reaction videos, and I'll be having teaching series and all different things so I can help you as men. Because I didn't have that. I didn't have other men walking through me and teaching me and training me how to actually be a man. So since I didn't have that, I believe part of my whole life purpose in this moment is to teach and train my brothers. Give them something that I never had. leave this legacy. The same exact way how Kevin Samuels did. And to be honest with you, that's how Kevin Samuels is separate from a lot of other, people out here, a lot of other content creators. Because let's be real, brothers. There are a lot of content creators, a lot of other content creators out here who are literally just grifting your pain. They're literally grifting you so they can make money off of you. It just is what it is. But I made my mind up that I don't want to be a grifter content creator for you. I want to literally be a brother to you, sharing my problems, my circumstances, things that I have dealt with, in hopes that you can learn from the lessons so you can be a better version of yourself. Another point that I want to make to you, brothers, because this is another thing that I see a lot of my brothers say, especially on the shorts that I put out in on my community post, right? I want to make this other point clear, okay? A lot of my brothers, they have been through some traumatic experiences with women, for real. But I want y'all to understand this clearly, gentlemen, that there are actually quality women out there for you, for real. They're a diamond in the rough. They're very hard to find. But they exist out there. Case in point with this lady, not be Simone, but this the other lady, Sarah. There are literally women out there who are more than willing, who literally have went through the whole process where she literally came through a 2-parent household, through a nuclear family. She have a father and a mother. She have a mother who literally trained her how to be a woman. And she's literally out there waiting and being prepared to be a help, prepared to be a wife. And not only prepared to be a wife, but be prepared to be a helpmeet to you. And she's literally out there and waiting, but she's also a diamond in the rough. But the bad part about this, brothers, is that you can't recognize that is because you keep seeing what you're seeing. You want to see what you want to see, which is the whole talking point of modern women and birds and different things like that, which they exist. They absolutely exist. Not knocking that. But if that's all you see, if that's your reality, then you're missing out on the actual woman that's destined to be in your life that will literally be that helpmeet. I'm also say this, and we're close to stream out with this. I believe in this. I believe that it is nothing wrong with you living your whole entire life, man, without being married, without being in a relationship, different things like that. Because I believe that not all men supposed to be married. Let alone, I believe that not all women supposed to be married. So there's nothing wrong with that. If that is your core belief, that is your mindset, that you're not going to get married, then it is nothing wrong with that. But make sure that it is because of you being hurt. Make sure you're making that decision because this is something you want to do, is because it's part of your purpose, not because you got out of a ratchet ass relationship and now you mad and bitter against all women and now you calling all women birds and stuff. That's all I'm saying. Because if that be the case, then yeah, you're missing out on things for real. I'm just saying, brothers. One last thing till we be done. I used to have that mindset when I got out of my divorce, right? And those of y'all who follow this channel, I'm very transparent about my first marriage. Literally created a whole damn album talking about it. But when I had got out of that, brothers, I was bitter as hell. I ain't lying. I was so mad at her. I was so mad at the circumstances. I was so mad at the choices, decision I made, where I developed tunnel vision, where I started viewing every woman like her. And so it took me time to get over that. It took me time to heal from that. And then when I finally healed from it, I wasn't healing from that so I could just get back into a relationship. I was healing from that for me. And so all I'm saying, brothers, is that if you being traumatized by women through, choices and decisions, right? All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is that take the time out to heal yourself. Take the time out to become the version of yourself that you're destined to be. That's all I'm saying. But other than that, her podcast with B Simone, this was actually a pretty good episode. Other than B Simone being B Simone, but it was actually a really good episode. Shout out to B Simone for this episode. Also, shout out to Sarah sharing her perspective about how to be a traditional wife, and I believe that this was a very good episode to literally give us as men the blueprint to show that there really are women out there. If you want to be in a relationship, if you want to be married, there are literally women out there who are more than willing to be your helpmeet. But the one thing about it, gentlemen, is that you got to get yourself right first. You got to get yourself right where you qualify. Just like she got qualified for you, you got to qualify for her. Because if you don't get yourself right, then the cycle going to continue. You end up finding one of these women, right, and you're going to fuck them all the way up. And now you're going to ruin this woman. And now the cycle continues because now she's hurt and she's going to find the first dude that she's going to get it to and do the same as that thing. And it's never going to stop until we decide that we want it to stop. But it starts with us, gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. But shout out to B Simone, man. This was a really, really good episode for real, though. I appreciate y'all telling me to go and react to this episode for real, because this was a really, really good teachable episode for us as men to show us that there are women out there who's not birds or act like a modern woman who have this feminist ideology. There are really women, quality women out there for us for real. Okay. So other than that, I appreciate y'all tuning in to this particular episode. Thank y'all so much for staying up this late with me. This live was going on for almost like 4 hours. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for the one thumbs up as well too, because they helped the channel out a whole lot. Thank you for everybody who is participating in the chat, in the live chat as well too. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the questions and everything. I appreciate it a whole lot. And those of y'all who are watching, just watching and you're not commenting, I highly suggest that you not only sub up to the channel, but you make sure that you participate in the live chat so we could be interactive with each other, so we could conversate and everything, share our perspectives. Okay. So appreciate all of that for real. Appreciate that. Make sure y'all go and tune in to my other episodes that I posted this week, and make sure you check out my shorts that I posted in community posts that I have posted this week as well too, so you can be engaged into the conversation. All right. So other than that, appreciate y'all so much, and I will see y'all again on the next episode. Y'all have a great and wonderful Saturday and Sunday.